Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, tonight, it's time!
Good evening, ANG. This is ANG. I am the Spiz. How are you doing today? We have a very fun day today. Riley Jenkins, good day to you, good sir. Good Lord, this is going to be a fun one. We got myself, the hidden hero, Striker, and, hold on, pause for dramatic effect, a special guest. And the special guest you're going to like, baby. All right, let me join up with the group and do my little introductions and such. But... wee baby, it's gonna be good. Hiro's gonna join when he started, baby. Robert's in the house. Lutrix, you know me. I mispronounce everybody's name, but I love that you're here, baby. Hey to you too. Blade Pro Flav TV, let's go, baby. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to be had, and there's a lot to be won. Just so you guys know, there's a mythic. There's a mythic item that you could win tonight. But we're going to start it off a little conservative. Just do, a little measly 5-engine. Let's start that off, baby. But we have, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 here. There's also some on the Hidden Heroes channel. Let me drop that bad boy real quick here. Oh, shit, I deleted it. That's okay. We'll get it. We'll pull it right back up. There it is. There it is. You'll be able to win some on the Hidden Heroes channel, so don't just be watching me. Do a little double dose. What can it hurt, baby? Crazy Fro, let's go, baby. We also, like I said, are going to have Striker. Kind of my mentor into this game. He taught me a lot of what I know, baby. And he knows a lot. I'm not going to lie about that. He's a champion among men. Let's pull that up. Here we go. We got Strikers. Let's post that on here. Boom shakalaka. Make sure that you are tuning in to all three of us at the same time. There's going to be giveaways going on, so you're going to have to bam, 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 bam. Justin is in the house. Welcome, baby. Let's do a little warm-up while we wait for the boys. You know? A little thurn action. Why not, huh? But remember, there is a raffle going on right now, so you can still win right about meow. There's a lot to give away, so the raffle is going to be quick, so you are going to have to keep up with it. It's not like normal, where every time we do, every stream we do giveaways. That is a fact. But this stream, we got a whole lot to get through. The Idiot! Let's go, baby! It is I, the Spiz, Archer Extraordinaire.
I have arrived.
It's the Hiro. Let's go, baby. How you doing, man?
Doing great, man. I'm just happy to be on, and On my stream, I got some people from from your stream, Jenkins and Flat Tio. Nice to meet you guys.
Oh yeah.
I'll also be giving away some engines, well, just a little bit here and there, just a
little dab, right?
little dab here and there, just to shed love.
Shit. So what's going on, man? I've been good. I woke up with like, go figure. I woke up with like a super sore throat, but a little chamomile and honey did the job.
That's the best way to go about it, man.
I feel like that is the way to go, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I actually was grinding very hard the other day. Like, well, not the other day, today actually. And I was pretty much like doing Echoes of Time earlier. I was doing this, not Descending Nightmare. No, Descending Nightmare. Yes.
Descending Nightmare. Yeah.
But I had to take a break because my body was like, I can't take it anymore. I said, all right, fine. I took a nap.
Gamer fatigue.
Yeah.
I got you, man. No, I had fatigue yesterday. It was like, it wasn't that hot out, and so I was like, all right, let's mow the lawn. And then I feel like the second I got out there, it was like, now that you're done with like the front yard, get out of here. This shit is gonna be 500 degrees outside. And it was like, okay, well, because I've come too far to, like, you gotta complete it. You can't mow half the goddamn lawn. But it's like I've come to accept suburban life problems.
Of course.
It's like I get upset when I don't bring the trash out on time. I also judge my neighbors randomly about their lawn. Like, I'd be like, that person needs to mow their lawn. Get off your lazy ass. But it's different when it's my lawn.
Well,
I'll stay on my lazy ass for a little bit.
Well, of course, you take pride in your lawn, obviously.
I mean, I don't want to, but the HOA makes me, and since I've accepted that I'm living under, a dictator, which is the HOA, like, essentially, like, I've come to accept it, and now I'm like, look at that fucker, like, you're gonna get a fine. You're gonna get a fine. If you don't, you probably should.
I mean, I could kind of relate to if you don't clean the front of if you don't clean the front of, let's say, if you don't clean the front of someplace, you're gonna get charged a ticket for homeowners,
Yeah, no, I will say though, because it's like I've lived with an HOA, but before I moved into like the suburbs and like had a house, I had like a condo, so we still had an HOA, but like we didn't have to deal with that type of stuff. It was like, don't be a hoarder, or standard shit. I didn't think the HOA was that bad. The HOA is, it feels like the SS from every now and then, like nowadays, where it's like I got a notification that my trash wasn't properly placed at the curb, and it was just like, why don't you, I get you're doing what your thing, but why don't you shut the fuck up?
Exactly.
How about that? That's fine by me. I don't think anybody's dying.
No, what pisses me off as well is when, like, sometimes I've seen the people from the sanitation.
Oh, yep.
They'd be like driving around, and they would be like, "Oh, there's some piece of paper. We're just gonna give that guy a ticket." I'm like, really?
That's like the sanitation's another one that gets me, where the days that I'm like staunch and on it and get the trash out the day before, and I actually remember, they pick that bitch up at like 4 in the afternoon. But the days I forget, I feel like they know, and they're here at, I don't know, 8 a.m. And it'll just be like, why today are you,
on time?
I don't even know if that's on time, but like overly on time, offensively on time, I would say. Blade Pro says, you wouldn't approve of my lawn right now. It's been 8 weeks. I would have gotten like 5 fines by then. How tall is your grass? Is it the same height as you? How tall is that grass? That's ridiculous. You can't have the grass that long. You're bringing everybody's property value down. It's like, come on now. Come on now. What's that? Spiz has the big diz. I mean, I'm not going to deny that. I mean, I don't want to put it out there, but sometimes you got to expose yourself. Just make sure it's not at a mall with a trench coat. So, I got some questions.
Oh,
We gotta wait for Striker's gonna be coming. He's stuck in traffic.
okay.
That's okay though, you know, like we can hold it down for that. But what have you thought the standout thing for you has been of the newest Lost Relics update with the Descending Nightmares? And it doesn't have to be the Descending Nightmares, but what do you like that has changed or stayed the same even?
That's actually a very interesting topic. Well, the one thing that hasn't changed that I would like to see improved is my RNG. That's one.
My man.
But no, but that was just a bad joke.
that's so true too. I love it.
That's a bad
I
joke.
really like that one. No, that was a great joke.
But I'm
That's
pretty
beautiful.
sure everyone would want that. I'm pretty sure everyone would
Yeah.
want that better
Well,
buff increase.
Yeah, I'll take you having extra RNG as long as first I get a little extra RNG personally.
Well, of course.
You
No,
know.
but no, all joking aside, have you? Well, before I answer your question, have you had a chance to get like a staff of any kind?
No, I have not participated in stuff. I was actually considering buying one tonight to do a little live test run of that.
So,
We did just get a Guardian's chest though.
jeez,
I'll
man,
take that, baby.
you got that red phone call, man, all the time.
I do. I picked up the red phone. Don't worry. It'll yeah. I'll pick it up again later tonight.
I'm sure you will.
FK Loke. I love it, buddy.
What I was gonna say was I'm actually surprised that either my first time or my second run, I was able to get a Nebula Mystica. That is my very first rare staff, and I plan to make a video about it, and also my opinion about Descending Nightmares and Terror Descent in a later video in the near future. But I'm gonna say, as terms of new mechanic for Magic, it's very interesting.
What do you can you expand on that? Hold on. Mike, welcome. Robert, let's go. Anisty, my man. Let's go. Slitton's in here in the house too.
Nice. Shout outs to everybody over there.
I
And
didn't
over
mean
here
to
as well in the
interrupt you.
chat.
Didn't mean to interrupt
Yeah.
you. But yeah.
Yeah, no.
What do you mean by that? So like
Jeez.
what the staff, what and also if you have any shout outs for your stream. Remember
Oh, yeah,
everybody go show some love on all our streams. I'll post a little hidden hero action again.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. I just want to shout out to Engine as well. Shout out to you guys as well. And everyone else in my chat as well. Zantanas, Alsoltrix, and so forth and so on. Sue says, I have the mystical staff. The fire rate is very slow. So here's the thing about that. I agree. Even for a rare that I have is also it fires pretty much slow and pretty much the same speed.
Okay.
However, what's very fascinating about this staff is that it's slightly better than the bow in terms of effect. What do I mean by that? The splash damage is actually okay, but that's not what I noticed that caught my eye.
Okay.
What caught my eye is, you know how when you get a critical and you hit a mob and they start flinching?
Sure.
Yeah, when they kind of get pushed back?
Yeah.
That effect I've noticed is slightly more higher than either of the two other weapons.
You mean higher by the higher rate of it, or
Yeah, the rate.
like how often it happens, not how.
Yeah.
I don't know the other way to put it, like how much they're stunned. But yeah, it happens more often.
It happens more often. I noticed
Okay.
that because it makes sense because the staff is slow, but on startup is slow, but when the character releases the projectile, it's fast. But
Okay.
the effect, the splash damage helps it helps a little bit because it not only pushes one guy back, I think it pushed two people at the same time. But I have to double check my recordings when I get a chance,
Sure.
sometime next week. When I get a chance to upload the video next week, sometime next week. But yeah, so in terms of new mechanic, I like the staff idea, but I feel like I want, more
A
than
little
just
bit better. You like
a
the
little bit
idea.
better.
You want a little more delivery.
Exactly. Like I
Okay.
want to be able to cast like a death spell or something,
I feel like an abacadabra or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I
From
forget
Harry
what
Potter,
it
yeah.
actually is. Yeah. But the death curse. Someone can correct me in the chat. If you know. Yeah. It just sounds like they're kind of mumbling a couple things, like, to me.
Oh
But
my
yeah.
God.
I'm
No,
a
so-
Lord of the Rings guy, not a
Harry Potter, yeah,
Not
that's
a Harry
my
Potter guy.
specialty.
not that I think Harry Potter's bad. My wife is obsessed.
Sure.
And
I
on
love
that
it.
note, what's going on, boys?
Oh!
Surprise!
He's here, my
He's
man.
here.
Coming in with the silent and secret entrance. I like it, baby.
You could
What's
call
going
it
on,
the,
buddy?
You could call it the
Whoa.
secret strike.
The secret strike. I fucking like that. I
The
like
hidden
that.
strike.
Oh,
The
that's even
hidden
better.
strike.
Yeah.
You get a little double dose
Let's
right
go.
there. A little double
you go,
dose.
there you go.
I'm a big fan. All right, let me post
My
Striker's
arrow
stuff here.
flew through.
So, how's traffic?
Oh man, well today's just a crazy day in general. Traffic just kind of like put the nail in the coffin there at the end.
I mean, there's always a cherry on top, right?
kind of. I guess you could look at it that way. Sitting in the car, just letting all of the stress of the day just like flow through, you know.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Dude,
my thing,
man, I'm telling you, crazy.
I'm like, I'm not gonna speak for you, but at the same time, I would be stressing the hell out. I'd be like, today there's traffic. Like I'm supposed to go do something. Come on, man.
I mean, I'm right here by the border, right? So like, there's like so many things, so many businesses and border crossings that are all shut down because of the outage right now. So
there's a
just
big outage?
today, the internet outage, bro.
Yeah, have you
Even-
been hearing about that?
I haven't.
Where have
What's
you
going
been?
on with that? I've apparently had internet and not using it.
Okay, it's not
Like-
affecting. It's not really affecting everyone in general, but yeah. So like CrowdStrike, which is a
Are you talking about the
virus
Microsoft
protection-
thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't know that was causing internet outages. I just heard.
Well,
yeah,
no,
you
I mean,
go ahead.
I misspoke with
Break it
internet.
down.
I misspoke with internet, but yeah, pretty much computer systems going down. Right?
Yes.
So,
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Break that down for anybody who doesn't know what's going on.
I mean, just in general, like CrowdStrike, which was a a virus antivirus protection type of software that works as a third party with Microsoft. They released a patch late last night. Actually, well, it's probably been about 24 hours now, and it's crazy because the first place that I actually heard about it was Lost Relics. You know,
Yeah. When they went down.
yeah, going down just for a little bit. I was like, oh, this isn't going to be that big of a deal, you know. So, I'm just going to chill, watch some Netflix, or just take a little break for the evening.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden, I see the notifications popping up. Now it's rolling out and it's hitting Europe, and then from Europe it's
So it's like a
compounding in the
domino
US.
situation.
That's what it looks like. I mean, it was pretty crazy. I heard that they have a fix that's already being rolled out. The problem is that it can't be automatically updated or pushed out automatically. So like you manually have to go in there to get the update into the system to fix everything. But
That has to be
Dude.
temporary, right?
yeah, I can't even tell you. Well, temporary, but like with long-lasting effects. Like I can't tell you the amount of phone calls I got today because there's like, today just happens because it's a Friday. Also, is like a tax deadline day for businesses in the U.S. that are doing payroll. So like,
Sure.
different people are using different softwares. Different softwares are down because their systems are down.
Oh,
and it's just
damn.
like, yeah, it's like
Just had
Then
a
of course,
shitstorm.
like I said, I'm coming home, right? And I'm driving not along the border, but along the highway, which is right off, 10 minutes away from the border. and like traffic is just like ridiculous. And then so I just switch on to I pull up YouTube on my phone. And I start like just looking at like what's going on the border. Supposedly like their computer systems are down, so like everyone that's trying to get across. Yeah, the border, at least here in Texas, like they'll have like 5, 6, 10 lanes where you can like cross to Mexico or cross back.
Yes, yeah.
So like they have to shut down. Yeah, they had to like shut down 7 or 8 lanes and like force everyone into a bottleneck of 2. Which means there's traffic on both sides of the border right now, and it's like, God.
I don't mean to laugh, but you know how efficient the government is. So when they close down some lanes, it's probably gonna work out really well for everybody. Like, good Lord.
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
That does sound awful. Well, we're glad you're here.
Yeah, man, glad to be finally. Okay, look, the stress is done. Now we can game.
Now we can woosah this bitch, like, and just enjoy ourselves, baby.
I was thinking of a name for us, if you're okay with this, guys. The name would be the Big Three.
The Big Three.
I kind of like that. I would like. Is there anything we can get with like? I had randomly been calling us the Engine Crew.
That works too.
No, but I mean, this is goddamn democracy, baby. Like, let's
I need to throw some ideas in the chat.
Yeah, let's percolate. Like, but I do like the Big Three. I'm down with that because I'm part of that 3.
Exactly.
I'm a big fan of that.
And what's great about that name as well is just in case, if for whatever reason, life happens to any of us, someone else could be part of the Big Three at some point.
That's true. It's
a good future proof.
Little ANG action where it's not Spizzo's channel.
Exactly.
It's ANG. I like that. I like the ambiguity.
I like it a lot.
I mean, I'll say let's coin that until if something better comes along, we'll see if we all like that, but I like that.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that.
Speaking of coins, have you guys been paying attention to what's going on with crypto, man? Everything's pumping.
Yeah, thank God.
It's time, baby.
It's
my savings are like ooh, let's go, baby.
Yeah,
I got Bitcoins that need some more love, baby, and they're getting some love, man. It's going well. It's like,
same here.
Eat your heart out, stock market.
It's crazy that we have the internet. I mean, this like Microsoft outage going on like today that pumps crypto. Go back a few days with the Trump assassination attempt, pumps crypto.
Yeah,
it's just like, everyone's just saying like, I mean, the whole market is just, look, when you are going through times of fear, you go into the assets that that can have like uncorrelated risks, so
that's exactly what I love about crypto too. And the idea of, if the banking institutions end, but some reason internet is still around, I don't need the bank.
Dude, so many banks are down today. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just proof, man. It's proof that like we live in a digital world. I know people are wanting to fight it and not saying it's not going to happen. We're more online today than we were yesterday, and it will keep going for the foreseeable future.
It's a great
how can
statement.
crypto not be a thing? You know what I mean?
It's a great statement. Like, we are more online today than we were yesterday, and that is a standard operation for every single day.
Definitely. I agree 100%. And by the way, Striker, I did get a chance to watch that video that inspired you in the interview that you talked about the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Fake news, fake money.
I watched some of that too. That was a great one, dude.
Dude, and it was like I think it was like in 2014, 2013,
Yeah, before
10 years
its
ago.
time, baby. Like,
it's like,
yeah.
so it's
no,
such
but
a good one.
he's like sitting there with he's like idiocracying it. He's Miss Cleo. He had a crystal ball. Like, I like that whole mentality. Like, I'm a big fan of that. I think that's one of my favorite, because it's essentially a TED Talks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right? Like, yeah, and the most influential TED Talk that I ever had, because I do private contracting, was excuse the language, even though everybody that tunes into this channel, I clearly curse like a sailor, but fuck you, pay me was one. And it was like, it changed my life. Like, where it was like, yeah, this guy's right. Like, yeah, fuck you, pay me. Like, but yeah, no, that thing was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'll have to post that video at some point on here.
What's
Hell
the
yeah.
movie? Have you seen the movie The Gambler? Is it The Gambler? I think. Where
With Mark
the
Wahlberg
scene-
or the old
Yeah,
one?
yeah, with Mark Wahlberg, where he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You want to get fuck you money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do. Because I'm sorry, like, fuck you money is a real thing.
It
Like,
really is.
that's goddamn freedom. Like, where you can just say, I
That's
don't
what
care.
it is. It comes
Like-
down to freedom, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. Like, it doesn't necessarily like it applies to other things, not just money, but like working for in my opinion, but working for yourself versus working for the man. You know, is just like this extra level of like, you know, it's
like
on me. Like
my
freedom.
My dad doesn't get it. Like, my dad's been a doctor, so he's always had like a career, and so I always call it puddle hopping. Like, until you get like a major contract, but I've been offered multiple year contracts and I've turned them down multiple times, where it's like, I don't know if that's what I want to do in X amount of years. And I was lucky enough to put quite a bit of money into Bitcoin back when it was under $10,000. And so I've got a nice little nest egg, and I can choose kind of what I decide to do and what I don't. And I think that's, like I can't imagine living my life a different way at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I did
right
for
there
a
with
long time, but since I moved out of that, like, it was just like, that's freedom, baby. Because
Hell yeah.
who doesn't want that stuff? But I also want to say that someone's gonna get some free money right now. If you haven't already, exclamation point raffle. We're about to end the first raffle. That's 5 engine. There's also giveaways going on throughout the night on Heroes and Strikers. And Striker, your giveaways are going to be on Twitter
on X.
or X.
They're gonna be on X. Yeah.
I fucking hate X. I still call it Twitter. I'm sorry. Like, I don't mean
I
to, like,
just barely made the
I love
transition.
X, but I also hate that name. Like, that's terrible, in my opinion. X. But, you know, hey, you gotta. I don't know. Elon knows what he's doing. I trust him. He's gonna do what he needs to do. We're gonna go to the moon and have space cars.
Yeah, I mean, he made some big news today. I think he had said that he's moving. I think both X and is it X? Yeah, X and SpaceX to Texas, leaving California.
Yes,
So-
yes, I did hear that news.
Crazy,
did not.
man.
That's crazy.
Lo-fi chill me. I do not have your info. Congratulations, but I need your Discord information for you to actually be able to win. I have no way to deliver this money to you without getting some necessary details. So, you have 3 minutes to reply. If you do not reply in the 3 minutes, unfortunately, want. You lose. But if you reply after those 3 minutes, I have consolation prizes for everything, but I need to know a way to contact you. The easiest way is if you extend and go to the description, there will be a Discord link. Click that link and then message me. I'm easy to find on the ANG Discord. I'm under the founder situation. But I can't move on until you say anything. My apologies,
Gotta give him the heads
gentlemen.
up.
So let me actually, I'll tag him in the chat too. We'll see if that'll
Do what you
anything.
do. Do what you do.
Lo-fi chill me. I also have to say we have an exciting hidden hero.
Yeah, I just wanted to put it out there only because this way I can start the raffles there. So I'll start my thing there because I noticed the chat was like, we can't see your chat in game. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's just make it easier. We're just gonna be on YouTube. This way, there's no ads because no matter what I do, ads will always be present on freaking Twitch. So
I mean,
that's why I'm
ads are
like, all
ever
right, just put it on
vigilant,
YouTube
baby.
instead.
I mean, someone's got to make some money off of what we're doing, right?
Exactly.
Might as well be the
so.
ads.
All right, so sorry, but go on. You gonna say something?
I'm just saying, yeah, lo-fi chill me. You got 90 seconds left. I don't want to be that guy, but I have to be that guy sometimes. That is not my choice in life, but yeah, if you don't show up in 70 seconds, there's a new winner.
Clock is ticking, brother. Clock is ticking.
Tick tock, tick tock. But yeah, so how does can you break this down for me, Striker? How does a Twitter giveaway work?
So right now on Twitter, I already have the post up. It went up about an hour ago. All you need to do, you can find me on Twitter at striker_VII.
Let me pull
That's
you up.
striker_VII, and you need to repost the giveaway, and you need to follow all three of us and Engine. You can find links to our profiles on in the Twitter post, and looking to go ahead and be announced a winner later on tonight, so that we can go ahead and give away this Bad Bears NFT collection. I'm gotta say, I posted a picture as well. It looks sick. Kind of sad I'm actually giving it away. I might have wanted to hold on to this one.
Dude, that's why I made that comment where I was like, so can we all get some of these too? Because I was like, I don't want to give all of them away. Like, I've already given away a couple not the Bad Bears collection, but a couple of the bunnies, WeHop NFTs.
WeHop
and
bunnies.
I'm like, can I get one of those just for me, baby? All right.
Exactly.
I do have to apologize. Lo-fi chill me. You have not responded in the time, so we have to pick another winner. Our second winner is Mike 247. Are you here, Mike? Got a little mic action? Mic check. 1, 2. All right, let me move Lo-fi over there. Let's take Mike 247. Mike 247. He is here. Let's go, baby. All right, Mike. If you can, in the description, click the link to join ANG Discord. You can leave right afterwards. Like, you do what you need to do. But message me. I am the Spiz in the top right corner of the founders, and just send me a message. I'm Mike 247. He's Mike all the time. He's Mike 24/7.
Yes,
But I
sir.
will ask you two, do we do another engine giveaway, or do we do an item giveaway? Because we got more than enough to give away.
Ooh. I would let's do an Engine giveaway.
Let's do another engine.
Also want to give a shout out to Scotty on Twitter, the creator of the Bad Bears.
Scotty's the best.
Interacting with the Twitter post here for the giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love it. Someone's gonna be enjoying this one.
No, I love Scotty. Like, I've actually worked with him quite a bit, where he made all the custom ANG NFTs, and he's phenomenal. Him and his wife are dominating life, like, when it comes to creating art NFTs. And I also like that I heard the Barbarian that has utility as well, right?
That's what it looks like with Etherscape. Got to be quite honest. I want to do a little bit more homework on it.
On Etherscape?
Yeah, on Etherscape.
It seems pretty solid. I got early access, or like I joined early on with it. I haven't played a ton of it, but there are a lot of things that while I played, I did enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been seeming to grow. Like, where it's heavily involved now with the multiverse, with Engine, and there are a lot of Engine projects that don't do anything with the multiverse.
I feel you there. It's important, man. There's always been a lot of discussion on like whether or not different projects are gonna like collaborate together or work together. And in the beginning, people are saying it's just for marketing, but the more like crypto goes on and these crypto communities grow, it's just like it's so impactful to have like these other communities that are along for the ride with you.
Oh, 100%. Like, that was a big thing that I really enjoyed of Engine itself, was the fact that there was these multi-tiered NFTs. Because not everyone was doing that at the time, and I was just a big fan of the multiverse, where it's like I can buy an item and it works for 4 or 5 different games. So, you know, we if we're being realist, like in the blockchain space, a lot of games kind of shut down or stop doing it, or whatever the wordage would be. I wouldn't necessarily say fail, but fail. And I can hedge my bets, baby. Like, my item is still worth something. Because it's like, if you have, you know, a roaring sand dragon, if, God forbid, Lost Relics fails, it's gone. It's not worth anything. But if I have Mike, you know, like the pet Mike in Lost Relics, that bad boy's still worth money because it's still working for multiple games. And I like that, personally.
Yeah, I completely get where you're coming from. I can understand that. I think it's going to be interesting to see how like events like that play out with other games. I'm keeping an eye on different projects that have like quote unquote failed, but are like trying to make like revives, and everyone has their different interpretations.
Do you have can you give me an example of one of the games that you're talking about?
So I believe there's a couple games like Sparkball, I think, is one of the ones that first comes to mind, where it's like I think they had like I believe they're having everybody like send it back NFTs back into the system because they're gonna like do a completely new like relaunch later on down the road. So
okay.
Different projects that are doing things like that. I've also seen like this is not on the gaming side, this is more on the NFT community, where like the creators or like the major like Discord supporters are like have left the project, and then the holders are now saying, hey, look, we actually have these items, let's work together here, the people that are around, and let's build something new. And so that's kind of interesting to see, like to see what communities can do, you know, separate from developers and separate from like maybe the initial founders or creators.
Sure.
It's going to be fascinating to watch.
I'm a big fan of that too. Are there any like projects outside of Lost Relics that you're looking at, Hidden Hero?
Not
because I don't have like many. I'll say that.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not at the moment. I'm not saying that I wouldn't, like, let's say, transition to something else. It's just at the moment right now, like, you know, at the moment right now, I don't have the funds really to like spend on any other games at the moment right now. I'm just more investing in Lost Relics as much as I can for now. But I do know it's a big risk to do that because I know, like what happened today, you know, like not today, yesterday when you know, the internet went out for Lost Relics. It was kind of scary to think like, oh, what if this is the end? No more Lost Relics. Like, oh Jesus, they want everything for me then.
Oh my God,
the fun was real.
That would be terrifying. Like I was just like, some bullshit happened, and that's it. I had, maybe that's naive of me. I had no thought of, you know, the end is nigh type of situation. Like I was just like, oh, like something happened, but Cliff always usually steers us right.
Usually.
I still think it's kind of crazy how that the Microsoft issue starts happening, and the first place I hear about it is a game announcement from Cliff, right?
Yes,
I know.
That's kind of crazy. You're
that is
very right about that. That's kind of crazy. Wait a minute. Speaking of Cliff. We're gonna have a friend here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I like friends.
Me too.
There we go. I know he's a member of NG, but yeah. Cliff is going to be joining us very shortly.
No way. What?
Yes. So I
Yeah,
thought
watch out, baby.
if we had the I'm sorry, what was the three?
The big three.
The
Well,
big three. Like, what's a better time for Cliff to come in and have a conversation if not with the big three, baby?
That's crazy.
So Cliff is about to join us. He said he's finishing up some things, but he just sent me a message wanting to know where to join. So, yeah, he'll be joining us shortly. We gotta have some stuff for Cliff. Like what?
Yeah, chat. Let's you hear that? Yeah, I gotta get some questions.
Get the
You
man.
got
questions
some
rolling, man.
questions going, baby. Like the man, the myth, the legend is here.
He's gonna be with us. That's crazy.
The creator of our world that brought us all together is going to be here. Cliff's so great too. Not like in all honesty, like every Australian I've ever met has been just so great. They don't stress small shit and they're kind of like whatever, bro. Like let's go.
They just get shit done. That's it.
Like yeah, I got a 12-foot snake in my house. Like just another day. Like it'll be fine. But yeah, he'll join us. Yeah. When he does.
Shortly. Hopefully.
Shortly. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. But I'm very excited for just to also hear a little bit about from you guys. How has your experience changed in Lost Relics since you started? And it'll be wildly different between Striker and Hiro.
I see.
You want to start it off, Hiro?
Yeah, sure. I'll start it off. Why not? So let's see. Let me just make sure my.
Will you say when you started? And
No, yeah, when I started to now, yeah. But before I do, Robert4648, you are the winner.
Robert!
Yeah, let me. I guess you're gonna message me. How do you usually take the messages on YouTube or on Discord? How do
I
you usually
take him
it?
on Discord, but I have Robert's information. So if you just send me a message that Robert won, I'll just take care of it.
Yeah, this is hit.
Just
I'm
just go
trying.
ahead and pocket that. I don't know how much you were giving away.
Yeah. Oh, I should have. I didn't actually say how much. Actually, I'll ask Striker. What's a good number between 1 and 5?
7, baby. 7.
I said 1 and 5.
Oh shit! You said 1, and I immediately thought you were gonna go to 10. The answer is still 7.
I had
No,
no
the answer-
issue with that answer myself too. I was like, oh shit, it's 7.
7.
Right.
No, the answer is 5. The answer is 5.
All right, not so much eng. Then Robert will get Robert will get 5 eng since I didn't
Oh,
put an
that's-
actual number.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah. So congrats to you, Robert. You got 5 ends. GG's to you. So I'm gonna try another one, but for some reason I'm gonna try this app. But for some reason the app only worked on Twitch for whatever reason. So I'm gonna try it again to see if I can get it to work on YouTube first. But to answer the actual question, since I've been dodging the question forever, is this. So from the very beginning, when I first played Lost Relics, I thought this game was first like very bizarre and strange because it was very cartoony. Like some of the characters were very cartoony and wonky. And we're talking like before armor was made.
Sure. Even
And
after
then-
armor is made.
Yeah. Then after and all this other stuff has happened now. The game has improved tremendously. We're talking like at least a 10x minimum in terms of like graphics, energy, 6 relics. Remember we used to use 5
Oh
only?
my god, yes I do. I don't want to, but yes I do. That was a night. Do you remember when you couldn't even access all 5 of them? You had to be a certain level.
Yes,
To get
I
them?
do remember that.
It's like fuck me.
Yeah. So like, oh my god, those days were rough, especially back when there was so little nodes and it was only, oh my god, it was so annoying back then. You could only get certain nodes on certain tiers. But
Yep.
anyway, besides those minor details that did add up
That's great,
hugely, I would say the upgrades overall has been tremendous from what he's done way back when I first started Lost Relics. And again, I've always said the story that what really got me into Lost Relics was me getting that Infernal, but also at the same time the community was what really saved me because of how many people helped all my questions. Everyone always asking me, what should I do next, or well, the other way around. I was asking everyone else, like Kingslayer, Nightshade,
Yep. I forgot about Nightshade.
Riker, you, Spiz. I was asking all you guys questions all the time. So I love how we've changed so much since then. And also, Sous Chef also mentioned, remember, no morphs. Remember we didn't have morphs?
Oh,
Dude,
yeah,
no
I don't
morphs?
want to talk about that. Okay, like I don't want to remember that. That sounds like a nightmare. Like not the descending, but an actual nightmare. Cause yeah, the morphs. God, do you remember like the Blue Graham was king at that point?
Oh,
in time?
yeah.
Oh, bring back the Blue Graham, man.
Right? I know
was
it
shredding with
didn't
it.
go anywhere, but at the same time, it was just like, come on, baby. Like you had to have a Blue Graham if you were gonna complete stuff quickly. Because there would be I missed the lockout, the 3, where it'd be like, you enter in, there's 1 exit, there's 2 exit, and then you'd walk in, and then everything would lock out, and you'd have to fight a bunch of enemies. And then it would unlock, and then you'd go your separate direction. But it would be like every single time one of those showed up, it'd be like, bitch, I'm putting that Blue Graham down. Like, I'm definitely putting that Blue Graham down. Like, because I personally, I know I'm choosing wrong. I get a 50-50 chance for going to the end or not, but I always got the dead end. But the Blue Graham, pop, you're back. Like, you didn't lose any time going that way.
That was awesome when when that first, I think it was called like the Nightmare Unleashed, or the very first one where we had like a major spike in difficulty.
I feel like you're right. I feel like it was Nightmare Unleashed.
I think it was Nightmare Unleashed, and I think it was where he introduced spawners, like spawning enemies for the first time. I used that Blue Graham so much. I would like run in, find whoever the spawner was, kill him, and then teleport out and and clear the room just like normal. And it would just save me so much
It's
health.
beauty, baby. It's like
So
it's
much
music when it happens, right?
Exactly.
Though
All right,
I don't.
boys.
What do you
bad.
got?
I'm officially up and running with the live stream on Twitter. It took me a little bit to get it going, but we are active
All right,
and good to go.
Where do I find you? I got your Twitter
First time
page
actually
up.
streaming on Twitter, so this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how to. Oh, live sugar. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, let me post this right here. Everybody, go show some love to Striker over here. There is the link to his Twitter broadcast. I've never done a Twitter broadcast. Look at you, little goddamn pioneer. I like it. How does that work?
Hero's on Twitch right now?
Hey. Yeah, I'm actually on Twitch.
Oh,
Kick,
you're on
and
Twitch?
YouTube.
All right, let me.
No, but
Oh, you're on all of them?
Yeah, no. But we're
You
gonna
gotta be an
do this.
overachiever, man.
No. What happened is something happened with the silly app. So the app is actually acting up for whatever reason, because I guess it can't handle three streams at the same time. So what we're gonna do is this. I'm going to I'm going to do another raffle for another, I guess, 5 engine on YouTube. So everyone on YouTube, right, who's watching on YouTube, I want you to type in raffle. I'm gonna write your names down manually, and I'm just gonna roll something in the next 15 minutes. Oh, make it 30. We'll make it 30 minutes.
Shit, I like that.
Roll it, baby, roll it.
All right, everybody.
I like
So
that.
everyone
Let me,
right now, type in raffle.
I'm
Yeah.
posting. This is a raffle going on Heroes. There's the link. Click it. Easy peasy. Let's go, baby.
Dude, Sinner's in the house, in the chat. Gotta love it.
Yep.
Oh, dude, Sinners, amazing. I got Dirty Nico, Sam the Bay Engine is in the house. Black Menace Mafia is here. I got OGS Matt, Mr. Snow, Fane Man.
The
I've
whole
never
crew, baby.
seen that one. Amadee. find me. I don't know. Riley Jenkins. I do. Every time I hear Jenkins, I think of Leroy Jenkins. I don't know if you guys know Leroy Jenkins?
Who doesn't, man? Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
I would hope that everybody knows. Leroy Jenkins.
How long ago was that? I mean,
that was
15
probably,
years?
I think longer than that.
Longer, 20?
Let me see.
Hey.
Leroy Jenkins' first appearance. 2005. Almost 20 years ago.
Almost.
That, like, I don't like shit like that personally because it makes me feel old as hell. Like, it was like the other day, it was like Jumanji came out 20 years ago. And it was
Jesus
like, well, then why
Christ.
don't you go fuck yourself? Because I don't want to fucking hear that, all right? I'm sorry. Like, yes, it did. Yes, it did. But,
You know what they
it's
say? They
just-
say life doesn't start till you hit your 30s. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. We'll see.
Wait a minute. Oh, we have a friend, but
Hello.
he's muted.
Oh,
I hear someone.
I hear someone
Hey.
too.
What? Hello?
Hey.
There he is. It's
I was wondering what was going on. I was like talking, and you guys are ignoring me, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, no. You know we would never ignore you.
No, sir. No
They
way.
might ignore me. They might ignore Striker or Hero, but not you. How you
How you guys
doing,
going?
my man?
Yeah, good. Interesting day yesterday, though.
Oh
What
my
a-
god.
right?
Yeah.
How did you deal with all that?
Just had to keep working and checking on the status from Microsoft. It was
What
pretty
did
crazy.
Microsoft give you? Like
Nothing.
they fed
No-
you
no
like
updates.
they treated you like mushrooms, keep you in the dark
Yeah,
and
yeah,
feed
pretty
you
much.
shit, like
I
type
think-
of
I think they-
situation.
I think there was a lot of companies that were down because of that. There was 2 issues yesterday too. You guys probably saw that
separated?
where.
What's
Yeah. So one was with their cloud service, which was what affected Lost Relics, and then
Okay.
the other one was now you see that what was it, that cybersecurity company,
Yes.
Yeah.
CloudStrike or whatever, pushed out an
Mhm.
update and that nuked a bunch of machines.
Does
So,
anyone know
yeah,
why it
It's a
nuked
different issue.
all those machines?
Yeah, it was a bad driver. It looks like they released a code update. A programmer did some analyzing and saw it was what's called a null reference exception, which basically means they forgot to check that something was valid before they used it. And I don't know how that got out into production, but they pushed it out to all of their customers, which is I think like 150,000 customers.
Jesus Christ.
That's it, right? Like that's it. It's not that big of a deal. It's only a couple. That's wild though. Like I heard about like the shutdowns based on the Windows update. Striker brought it up before about the internet, and I dumbass didn't think of the correlation between the two. But yeah, that's wild. Does that bring
Still
like a
expects
panic
me.
to you, like at all, like being, like a game developer or like a sole
Yeah, I
game
mean,
developer? Like it was
There
like,
there
what am I
2
gonna
different
do?
things. Right, it was 2 different issues. The Windows one is pretty crazy. Fortunately, we weren't impacted by that at all. But the cloud one, yeah, obviously, it was pretty bad because everything's taken down. Like, that's never happened in the 5 years or something we've been using Azure. So, for it to happen like at that point, yeah,
That's
don't really have any
rough.
backup plan for it or anything because it's never happened before.
Yeah, news
I-
is like going crazy about it. It's funny how like we're talking about like decentralization with crypto and everything, and now like the whole world is talking about like maybe we shouldn't have like one source that could like affect the
Right.
entire scope of computers
Right.
across the world. You know, I'm like, well,
I don't know
now,
about
you, now you
there.
experience it.
I don't know about you guys, but I have since we have the man, the myth, the legend over here, like I do have a couple questions.
I thought we were just discussing Windows.
Yeah. No, I mean
No,
I'm
Windows
talking about
question.
Windows.
Oh,
is what I
oh,
mean.
okay.
Like I got a
How
couple
does Lost
questions
Relics
about
run
Windows.
on Windows?
Yeah,
That's a good question.
Can you break that down technically for me, like how exactly that runs? No, one of the things that I did want to ask, where it feels to me that I did not experience. I think Stryker did, but I did not experience the old school lost or forgotten artifacts like days. And it feels to me that you're bringing some of that flavor back. What spurred that? Like, because
I don't know, just a bit of a change of direction and stuff. Always getting community feedback. I have a bunch of helpers who give suggestions, and there's the public community feedback stuff. I don't know. I mean, the game was kind of going in a direction that I wasn't really too happy with, so I kind of pulled it back, and kind of bring it back to what that original brawler kind of thing was.
Yeah.
But also just like we were just trying to cover too much stuff, expanding bases in like all different ways, like somewhat making it an MMO and stuff, and that was never really the goal. So just kind of pulling it back a little bit and focusing on a few things.
I'm gonna say though, the past year like has been highly impressive in my opinion. Like, like screw any of the negative noise that goes on with some of the changes. Like, because obviously there are going to be people that don't like what happens with the changes, but I think what you've been doing in 2024 has been phenomenal. Like, it just, I think 2023, I thought there was a little bit of stagnation, and I don't mean that in disrespect. I just mean as a player, it didn't feel like there was a lot of dynamic, huge things that I cared about personally. And time after time this year, it's like every 3 months I get something that it's this new wild adventure that I just thoroughly enjoy.
Well, that's great to hear. I mean, we've just been refocusing on kind of where it was going rather than expanding a few things that most of the time wouldn't affect players too much, but we needed to do. But that kind of resulted in patches and updates that weren't really, I guess, had as many changes. And then the other part of it was doing events all the time was very, very challenging, because that would take like 3 weeks or something to set up, and the event would only run for 2 weeks. And sometimes if there was planning and stuff before that, it took extra time beforehand, and that ate into dev time and things like that. So just trying to pause those for the moment until we get a few of these other things out the way. So pretty much almost there now. I think probably the next things coming up on the roadmap or whatever is just a couple of minor fixes and changes. We're actually going to be adding multiverse support for all the old engine multiverse items.
Oh, what?
Let's go!
I'm so pumped about that.
And then also,
baby.
do things like
Yes!
going to do the bounty system. I think needs a bit of a rework. That's pretty desperate. So all that kind of thing was going to be addressed. We've seen the roadmap and stuff, but getting those kind of things out the way, I think, is going to help set a nice base for everyone to play on. Like you can play now. Like you see the leaderboards resetting every week, and there's multiple game modes for you to compete in and do things. Blockchain drops happening like frequently.
Yes, I heard.
Yeah,
there were
it's kind of
two
there's been a few behind the
transcendents
scenes.
in 1 week at one point.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean,
wild.
it's difficult when you first start. You have to rebalance the drop tables and stuff, and then more people come in. Like, it's that whole thing of like, if there's a 1% chance for something to drop, and there's 100 people, then one person probably, according to probability, is going to
have like
get
100%.
But if you get 1,000 people coming in, then it's going to be 10 people.
The situation compounds on itself.
Yeah.
But you've been killing it, and I think Descending Nightmare is something that I think should, like Echoes of Time is phenomenal. Like, I love that, but I do say, as personally as a player, it stresses me the hell out, and I think that's kind of what's supposed to go on. Like, where it's
which one stresses you?
Echoes of Time, like, because it's just a timer, like, all there, and it's just like, oh gosh, like every decision I make, I'm like, God, was that the right, like, because I only have so much time, like, type of thing. Like, I loved Frostfall Siege. I know some people did not, but what I would say, like, eat a dick, those people. But I think that the Nightmare is brilliant. Like, just absolutely brilliant. And I think that it comes back to the Forgotten Artifacts era, where, if I recall, we had a conversation where you were talking about where that was what Forgotten Artifacts was initially, where it was, you know, pay your quarter and then keep descending as far as you're willing to do as a player. And I
Adventure
love
stones
that.
or something back then. So
The
you pay an adventure
Adventure
stone,
And
I
transfer
think it was about
crystals.
30 cents. Yeah,
What
that
are,
was to
wait,
do
what
the
are the
transfers
transfer?
afterwards.
What is that? The transfer crystals? I don't know
I
about.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
we
was
used
Wait,
to
that
be
was
what
so
do
that
you
you
mean?
could prepay you had to prepay the Ethereum. So you had to buy a pack of transfer crystals, and that would allow us to then send you the items because it was so expensive. Getting so expensive
gas
on
fees,
Ethereum.
Yes,
baby,
yes,
gas
yes.
fees.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got you. Yeah,
In
yeah,
fact-
yeah.
In fact, that all the people that bought that still have those crystals in their accounts. They just can't see them. So at some point, we're gonna have to convert those probably to Lunaria or something instead.
I was wondering what happened there. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Lunari's
I,
a good role for that. Do you guys have, like, I don't want to bogard our time with Cliff.
Why are you bogarting, bro? No,
I mean,
do have
I'm
one.
just, I do what I do, baby.
And it kind of goes off riffing off of what Spizzo was saying earlier, which was this idea of like a flash to the past with Forgotten Artifacts. And I just gotta say, like, I had made that YouTube video prior to the patch coming out, where it was like, let's go back and let's actually look at what things were like 3-4 years ago or whatnot. And like, just harping on the comments that we've been getting is just like the amount of changes and the amount of time that has like gone into Lost Relics as a project. Like, it really does feel like so many things have come together now in 2024 to like give you these different aspects, like different ways to play. Like the way Spizzo was saying he gets stressed right now. Like, I actually, Descending Nightmares is actually the one that stresses me, because I'm feeling like while I have time to go ahead and, you know, make whatever decisions I want to make or fight enemies I want to make them, like, I do feel like, man, if I make one wrong step, or if I do something stupid in level 2 and waste so much health or energy, like, I'm screwing the rest of my run. And like, that keeps me on edge. I don't know if you guys feel the same way.
No,
on
I
that.
100%.
Oh yeah,
do.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
No, definitely.
I think that's one of the biggest kickers of that whole type of thing, because it's like, I'm comfortable with just, you know, like, normal gameplay. Not a problem. I can do whatever I need to do, but I need to focus when I'm doing
Striker, you used to
Descending
play the
Nightmare and
original
everything.
dungeons too, didn't you?
Yeah, I used
Yeah,
to. When
it
you
was-
used to
it
have
was
the
probably-
go for
You
it.
go. It was probably a bit different though, because back then there was health drops, and there was a fountain that spawned randomly, I think, in
yeah.
the dungeon. So you didn't have to think about that as much, or the health stuff as much, and take as much consumables. But also, I think back then you had 4 slots for your inventory.
So not very much at all, right?
Yeah, no, I heard about the 4 slots, and I've been living my life since I started this game with that's not a reality, and so it's like, I don't even know how to gauge 4
Going back-
slots. Like, come on.
Yeah, it was like, just like I was saying, like, the amount of improvements and game-changing aspects that have like come up over these years, like, really feels like it's all hitting stride now. And
It's
you know, so
beauty.
Cliff, kind of going on that question about, you know, Descending Nightmares, when you were working on the patch, or when you were like coming up with the ideas of like how you wanted this system to work, can you talk a little bit about like what you were thinking between, you know, the dungeon in Talmuth versus the dungeon in Inverdin for players to be able to run and search for these new magical items?
Well, to be honest, I've had a lot of help behind the scenes from other people. It's not just all my ideas that are going into this. So for a lot of those new game modes and stuff like that, I've actually been inspired externally. The ideas have been sort of formulated and discussed and stuff, and yeah, it's sort of come from that. So it's not just me entirely doing these updates or changes or anything. And I think that probably has helped, because some of the process, and rather than spending a lot of time coming up with the design and other changes, I can actually spend it on doing, you know, programming and code. So for a lot of that sort of stuff, like, it's just the reason for the different modes, I guess, is to give free-to-play players a bit of a chance to experience some of that content. And also because we have that big gate on Inverdin. You know, it
Yes.
takes you to level 40, putting that the descending I can't remember the name of it now.
Nightmares?
Tower Descent.
The free-to-play
Nightmares.
one.
Yeah,
Terror
so-
Descent.
Terror
Terror
Descent. So
Descent, yeah.
putting that in Talmuth also gives you a large boost in your XP. So basically that allows you to, if you want to get quickly to Inverdun, if you're playing through that, you can get a lot of bonus XP a lot quicker than you can just by playing adventures. So that just gives you another avenue to get to Inverdun quicker too.
I love that too, that Inverdun showed up, and the idea that there's now multiple towns and we're starting to see the universe expand is amazing.
Yeah, I'm not sure how further we'll go or not, or whether that'll just be the two for now. But there's quite a few things that we've still got planned that will expand the content within the areas too. So
I have some more questions, but Hiro, do you have any questions?
Just a few. Some of them were. I thought about some of them on the. Let me see. No, I wrote it down right here. I always like writing
Shit,
things
he's got
down.
notes.
Just a little bit, not too much. Let's see. So, I've noticed something that not many people talked about, or maybe they did talk about this, but I noticed recently that Slitten's been doing the production, what you call it, with the NPC that gives you production XP for 5%, which I am happy for that, by the way. It's really, really helped me out quite a bit, Cliff. But I also noticed that when I used the Omni skill Elixir, for some reason, I noticed the effects run out maybe about close to 30 seconds to a minute before it actually runs out. Is that like a bug, or is that something that's supposed to happen?
sounds like a bug.
Yeah,
So
I
if you
don't.
just report that.
Okay,
have
so
to get
because I did
investigated.
observe that, yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
That is something to
I didn't know
check
that
out.
was a thing.
It's
That's
possible. Like,
one.
how long does it take you to load between? Are you loading between maps and things while it's like active, or are you activating it in the map?
I activate it before I enter the map, so maybe that could be it, I guess.
Yeah, there'll be a slight, like you'll lose a couple of seconds there while it's loading,
Uh-huh.
just because you're not doing anything then, and it's ticking down in the background.
Okay.
It's also possible that the display on it isn't showing that, so when you go in and out of maps, it's not taking off that background time. Like the time's happening on the server, and it's possible that the game's just not reflecting that properly. It's pausing it almost when you go in between the
Okay.
levels, instead of updating it again from the server.
Okay. All right, that's good to know, because I thought it was just something weird. So I'll try to use those things before, well, not before, after I'm actually in an adventure, then to make sure that's something that doesn't happen, more or less. And
But
I
yeah,
just want,
if you notice a bug, just report it in the channel, and we'll investigate.
yeah, not a problem.
I
The other
also-
question,
Oh, go ahead.
no, one last thing. That's it. And I'll give it back to you, Spiz. Is that I just want to confirm, because what's his name? Anasty asked me this question the other day, and I was like, I don't know if that's true or not. Like, for example, Spiz's title with the Governor of Giveaways, was mine Primetime Professor?
Oh man, I can't even remember.
Yeah, me neither. I can't either.
They just sort of randomly sometimes hand it out. It's not like we've picked everyone.
All right, no worries. That's not a problem.
No.
wanted to-
I think that was just one of the titles that was created, right? Was that given away for one of the events?
I don't know what
Awesome.
title
Cool.
you're talking about.
Well, yeah,
Time
just
Professor.
yeah. I'm not sure if that what it was. I was just confirming with Anasty. That's all it was. Nothing like serious. If you don't remember, it's
I'd have to look up because I can't remember now.
fine. No
Just on so
problem.
many titles and so many events
I'm-
things now that it kind of just loses track.
Yeah, I'm rolling through all the titles right now. There's so many.
Yeah, there's so many
Good stuff,
good
good
ones
stuff.
too. Like the titles are amazing. I'm also like, I love the shiny titles, but
Oh yeah.
I also dislike them because I don't have a lot of them. Like, but
supposed to be like
not
the shiny
because
cards,
of the
right?
not because of the system itself. It's just like why don't I have a shiny of that
I want
one?
everything.
No, but my title will never change. I will always be the governor of giveaways, baby. That's
All right,
it.
go ahead, Spiz. Go ahead, Spiz.
I was gonna ask, is the Descending Nightmares a direction that you're going to go with a little more, or is that another one of the new variant systems to give people choice of how they want to play? Like, is there going to be...
It's just a game mode, another game mode. So we
That's
just plan
what
to
I
add a few
figured.
different ones. Yeah. Just to give you some bit of a change from doing the normal adventures, or from doing any of the other game modes, really. In
It's
production and
wonderful. I also really enjoy the Echoes of Time, where if you don't want to spend the money to buy, or you don't have the money to buy a pass for the time trials, that stress me the hell out. I love that you can just do them in general.
Yeah, they're just standard adventures behind it. If you
Yeah,
don't have it.
I
It was kind of
love
bit-
that.
Yeah, it was a bit challenging to kind of show that because I'm not sure how clear it is. That's why there's so much text on that screen, just to kind of explain things. But yeah, it's
I
a
think
little bit of a hidden
it's-
feature, I guess. I think because
I
you're gonna
think
know
it-
to go there without one.
I think it works, but I also do have to. What's the? I know I'm not gonna get an answer, but what the hell is the secret pass up in that in Inverden?
Yes.
Where? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. What?
A lot of people don't know what I'm talking about. Like, but there's a pass by the Echoes of Time, not by the Echoes of Time, but you have to go an offshoot from the Frostfall, and it leads to nowhere, and it says, like, you know, kind of give you a to be continued type of message. And it's like,
Yes.
I love that that's not a commonplace. Like, people don't even know that shit exists, even though it's been
Until
there
now.
for a long time. But I'll show everybody right now. I don't know if that's a good thing, but we're gonna do that anyway. But
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
what, you don't know? What, okay, all right, that's what I figured. All right, yeah. That's an error in the code up here.
Yeah, that's right.
But I've been running up there every single time that I log in, and there's an update, and I'm like, oh, there might be something, baby.
But you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of all the times I went into the Talmuth Tavern and I checked for that clock on the wall that had the I don't know, the saying about the grandfather and the father or whatnot.
Mhm.
So many times I was convinced that there was an Easter egg there, or there was some secret there if you deciphered the riddle or whatnot.
When was the last time you were there? Must have been a while.
No,
'cause you
don't
didn't
do
see the
this to
thing.
me. Don't do this to me.
That's too good. I also loved when the Frostfall siege, was it the Frostfall siege that it opened that you joined my stream and you were like, you're just gonna pound the pavement and like figure this out instead of just spending the time to figure it out. Like for the, you know, you have to like run around Inverden to like unlock the like.
Oh,
have
you
to-
mean the quest unlocked at the extra time?
yeah. When that came, I still crack up about like you showed up and you were just like, "Is this how you're doing it? Do you think that's the right way to do it?" Like, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm doing it.
I think you were brute forcing it, weren't you?
I was 100% brute forcing. I was just guessing, blind guessing, and you were like, "Why don't you go back to the picture and then you can learn how to do it?" And it was like, "Well, maybe I will." Like, okay, it made a lot of sense after that, but I love that. I love the little quests too. I really enjoy that you've integrated a little bit more of the interacting with people in the space, like NPCs.
Yeah, well, a lot of that stuff is kind of is what I consider polish. So while a lot of people seem to demand it from the beginning, from when they first start playing, it's like, well, a lot of that stuff can't really be written in fully because we've got so many things planned. It needs to incorporate those, or things are going to change, so we can't do them because It'll just mean that we remake them. So like already at the moment, we're remaking all of the beginner quests. There's been so many changes with those now, and they're so completely different. The way that I used to previously update them was as long as the names of them would stay roughly the same, or there'd be the same number, I could just update the content of them, so you guys would never see the old early quests. But because there's been so many changes and the flow's been changed, there's so many features and all the names have changed, it's kind of lost track of all that sort of stuff. So probably soon with one of the upcoming updates, you'll be able to get all those beginner quests back again. So it brings in the story-like quests like what you did in Invaded. So you'll get to see all the early ones again.
I like that.
Sweet.
I'm a fan of that. Sorry, like, Striker asked, you have any questions in the chat? There are
Of course, we're all-
There are a couple that are a little trolly, in my opinion.
I mean, obviously the main one is win update, but
yeah, win update, but it's like grow up, guys. Okay,
Well, that's what the
like
bot's there
yeah,
for.
like.
Just go and
But
ask that in
Lord
Discord.
Rocco has a good one. Nightmare Dungeons. Or wait, was that no? It's Ossul Tricks or Ossul Tricks.
Yeah.
Question to Cliff: do you have any plans for advertising Lost Relics to ensure community growth?
Yeah, I don't know why everyone's demanding to be advertised at such an early stage anyway. Like, we're getting pretty close now. It's been said since I first released it, and we said that we're doing early access. When are you going to advertise? I'm like, well, why would we do that? It's not ready yet. You get the majority of Web 2 gamers come in and go, what the hell is this? Why would I play this? This isn't a finished game.
Sure.
So, we're getting to that point now, and I think we're pretty close. So, yeah, of course, as we finalize a few of the systems, you can see all the new game modes coming in now. You can see the new towns open up. We're finishing off a few of the systems that we did early on that I feel are not really needed anymore and need to be changed up, like the bounty system. And as those sort of things finish, then yeah, of course, we're gonna start pushing and advertising. The other thing is we have a huge list of accounts that keep signing up. Like, there's people who just keep signing up and wanting to play. There's ways for them to activate, which some of them do. The other ones just sit on the sidelines and wait it out. But I think like the last look at that list was like over 260,000 accounts. So it's just like we probably don't need to advertise anyway, because as those accounts get activated, those people are coming in. So they've kind of already signed up and they're ready. They've already found us through other means. And if that doesn't work, then yeah, we'll look at advertising and marketing. But I think we're pretty close to doing that stage now.
it's interesting that you say that because right now obviously we're going through the crypto bull run here, and it is looking like countries around the world for different reasons are starting to accept crypto one way or another, whether it's like DeFi or gaming or just Bitcoin in general. So when you're saying that, hey, there's still a little bit more time to go before advertising comes, it kind of sounds like it also maybe just luckily is lining up with more crypto adoption in general. So it might be a little bit of a positive that's going around in the background. You got a little bit of a
planned
wave
in the Matrix.
It's all planned. It's been the strategic plan from the very beginning.
Exactly.
The Matrix,
Since what?
baby.
Since
Sorry, I'm
November
running
of
with
It's like,
2018.
hey, we gotta be Neo up in this bitch, right?
I mean, it is Matrix chain,
It is the Matrix chain. I like
Oh.
that. I like that. So what?
Maybe you guys are finally figuring out the clues.
Oh.
Get the fuck out of here. Someone asked that I do think is a good question. Do you have, like, they didn't ask it this way, but do you have any concept of wanting to integrate item renting into the game?
I know it's been like a feature that's been requested through, I think from the early days of Engine. People wanted to rent their items and whatnot. I've had huge discussions about this with various people, and while it seems on the surface like it'd be great to rent your items out, some of the discussions we've had have sort of made it sound not so good, because while like the demand for items will go down in people wanting to own them, which means that the economy of the entire ecosystem kind of slumps, and seeing the items move between wallets and stuff almost disappears if you're just renting them. Yeah,
I
so I'm not.
I don't fully understand that.
I think I can clarify a little bit from like my perspective, because I kind of feel like maybe back in the day I might have been one of the ones that was pushing that narrative a little bit on Discord, in terms of renting and things like that. But the way that I look at it right now would be like the renting aspect is beneficial when there is like a major demand for a blockchain item for weapons and for weapons in general. Let's just talk about
Okay.
weapons. So like if we have like in the future an onboarding of a lot of players that aren't able to easily get legendaries or mythics or epics or whatnot, and also want to stick to a more conservative type of like budget, like not wanting to invest heavily but still wanting to get the full aspects of gameplay, renting is one way they could do that. But if there's not like a major influx in the moment, then what's to stop people from just paying a very small renting fee instead of ever buying any items? And like I think for the health of
all right, yeah.
for like
I get
health
that.
of the game overall, I would assume like on the economic side that you would want to incentivize ownership rather than renting in general, and that renting is like a secondary option for people.
Yeah, I mean, you put it really well there, and I think it's just
I like that.
maybe when there's like an increase in players, like Striker was saying, and there's a huge demand for things that don't exist there. People aren't willing to sell their items, but they're willing to rent them out, maybe. Then we can look at it then. But I don't feel like it's a huge thing that's needed right now, because of the current state of everything. So yeah,
Fair
I mean,
enough.
I'm happy to be changed on that. It doesn't matter. I'm willing to move around, but I just think that that's how it's been. That's been the result of various discussions and things like that around it. So yeah, we'll
Sure.
obviously change it in the future.
So I have a question.
Not to interrupt or anything, but we have a new winner, Blade Pro. You just won yourself some engine. Let's go, baby. I'm gonna give it up to Cliff over here. Are we giving away a NFT or are we giving away engine?
What did your last giveaway?
Engine.
NFT then.
NFT. Do you want to do A, B, or C?
B.
B. We have a yeah, D, right? Like there is
That was like a lost
there is
opportunity right there.
technically a D. But I wasn't gonna put that out there yet. But all right. We have a We Hop NFT provided by Engine themselves. Number 1130. You will be able to use this in multiverse action. It is not just an art NFT. It's not just a thing you can look at. You can use it. Etherscape. It has a utility aspect, so that's the one that's going on. I apologize. Hidden Hero, you were about to speak.
Oh yes, no. I was going to ask Cliff that you said that you were not comfortable with the idea of renting, which is I'm fine with that. You're not okay with that. But a better question is, what are you comfortable with, like adding into the game, in your honest opinion, without giving too much details?
That's a pretty.
I mean, that's a pretty broad question.
I was about to say the exact same. That's pretty broad. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Can
Then
you-
I should probably narrow it down then.
A little bit.
All right. What is your opinion on Magic? Since I actually got a staff a few days
There
ago,
we
so I want to know, will I in the future be able to, let's say, cast a spell, or what is kind of like your vision of what you want to do with Magic, and what do you want to do?
Well, the way I see it at the moment is it's basically another weapon. There's another playstyle for it. The magic that I think you're talking about is kind of what we're seeing with the artifacts. So they're the ones that you equip. You have the 6 slots that you can equip. If you want to be magic style play, then you would equip artifacts to give you different spells and do those different activations. That's how I kind of see that. Whereas the actual weapon in itself, I know it's a staff, but that's kind of just right now a materialization of the other weapons. So we've also got the weapon upgrade system planned, where you'll be able to upgrade your weapons, and maybe you can apply certain buffs or something to your weapon. So maybe you'll kind of get a spell vibe from that, but it's not like you're going to be Harry Potter where you're saying different spells.
I'm not gonna be abracadabra. Like I can't do that.
It's gonna be you're gonna have to do that through the artifacts instead.
Interesting. That's very good. Thank you.
I have a question with the staffs. I personally have a little bit of problem where I don't have a staff. Like that's not my problem. I mean, that is part of my problem. But why is it a staff and not a wand? If it's a ranged thing and it's one-handed.
Well, I mean, you know, we have longbows and short bows, so we have staves and.
Oh.
I mean,
I think he just answered one of the questions that everyone keeps posting in chat, which is saying like when two-handed staff.
Wait, I missed it. Dang it.
Oh, bro.
It's so true. Like, keep going, Striker. It's so true.
It's so
he
true.
answered it.
So true. Yeah, no. So I mean, we were asking everyone in game on chat like to post some questions, and I kept seeing repeated over and over when two-handed staff.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I got you.
know.
I just
So
mean
we have long bows and we have short bows. What does that mean for magical weapons? You get it? No? Yes?
like,
Okay.
is there like? Oh no,
Like,
I'm with you, Striker. Like where it's like, a short bow is a wand, in my opinion, and the staff has been labeled a wand. What does that mean for staffs? Does that mean if someone gets a staff, like, or a two-handed staff, like Striker said, does that mean that there's going to be a more powerful wand? Or is that going to be a physical damage item that works at the same as a melee that will do magic damage?
Well, I mean, I guess you could add a staff in the bow staff, where it's a two-handed weapon that you just physically impacting people. If that's what you mean.
I kind of do. Like where, you know, like in other games, not to say to like copy other games or anything, but you know, you've got Diablo where a staff is the monk's tool, and the monk just like fop.
Yeah.
Like hits the shit out of people. Like with
it really depends. I mean, a lot of the stuff we do, have to kind of rely on asset stores and other creators. So there's other indie developers or other indie artists and creators and stuff out there, and there's the store that they sell their items and wares on and stuff. We're just an indie studio ourselves, so we're just relying on other indies to find and use assets that we can use within the game.
Okay.
Because you know that works for us, and we sometimes have to rely on what's available, and so that means sometimes adjusting what we can offer in terms of the features.
Again,
for the moment,
I fully understand that. Someone's just asking, energy staff, could it heal people? Like, could you have a staff that heals?
Anything's possible, I guess. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's an artifact that looks like a wand or something like that. I don't know.
I love that.
Anything's
technically possible.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. Where it's like, yeah, we could do it.
Yeah.
Didn't say shit, but we could do it.
Just depends on what's happening at the time, and you know, trying not. The thing about a lot of the like Diablo and stuff like that is you have a lot of duplicate items. Maybe the stats are slightly
100%.
modified.
Yeah.
So you know, to give value to items, there needs to be some uniqueness with either their stats and properties or their appearance, and maybe the differences between them. So you are kind of limited to what you can do, but at the same time, there's a lot you can do, because if you look at Magic the Gathering, you know, they're always releasing new cards, not releasing duplicates or exact copies. They're just adjusting like some tweaks and slight mechanic changes and that kind of thing. So that's kind of the goal to do with the things we introduce, and rather than just adding massive amounts of
Power.
new wands and new weapons and other things, we'd like to just carefully think about some of those things because they do have impact. You know, like if magic was introduced and it was the most powerful weapon, everyone would just be using magic weapons.
Yeah,
It doesn't make any sense. You know, you need to have some downsides to some of the weapons. People, I've seen comments to say the magic weapons are underpowered. It's like, well, compared to just maybe the bows, which have a single shot, but these do splash damage. And it's situational too. You know, sometimes you might take the magic wand and something else, so that you can encounter, or you can accommodate for all encounters that you come across, as opposed to just taking one weapon, which I've actually seen a lot of people do.
I love that answer because
Very nice.
that's
Also,
it's just it's like I'm sorry, like that was a beautiful answer to that. It just, yeah, you know, it's kind of like deal with it and it will be whatever it will be. And I like you gave reasoning, and so I love that. It's like that makes
I also
sense
gotta
to
say,
me.
I'm actually in the in-game in the Emporium right now, and I gotta say, I gotta give you props on the changes that you've made so far on the Emporium, because like
Oh yes,
it's so smooth to operate
Woo!
or like to go through. Like now that I got
Yes.
the hang of it, and I was making some mistakes earlier. Now that I got the hang of it, I really do feel like it's so much easier to like, pull up the information that I exactly want to know or use, or specifically find the item I want to buy, and just looks good, man. Looks good. Excited for more changes to come in the future.
Well, good, thank you.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
some engine.
It's definitely been good to get feedback from community. You know, yourself as well as giving feedback, and it's good to implement that, because sometimes some of the things we implement are just, I guess, first pass, minimum viable product, MVP stuff is what we generally do, and then once we know that it's all working and it's all good, then we can add additional layers of polish over the top. So yeah, that's good. That's great to hear that it's
I do have-
working as intended now.
I do have to say the Emporium is, I think, one of your most impressive feats that is entirely community-based. Like, you didn't have to spend time to make that. But
Yeah, I think it helps the
Engine,
economy. and
or, I
everything,
mean,
though.
Ethereum at the time when the marketplace showed up was just destroying wallets, like in cost of like it's like I'd be going to buy a item that's worth $5, let's say. I got to spend $40, and you made the Imperium or the marketplace is phenomenal. So
This is-
and
your
actually-
audio keeps cutting out for me a little bit.
sorry, what?
Your audio was maybe cutting out a little bit there, but
Oh.
I think it's back. I think you're doing good now.
I was assuming it was because you were stressing with that warden that you were battling.
Not. I mean, maybe.
He doesn't stress unless two appear at the same time.
Yeah. No.
Well, there's a timer.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
that's
the
right,
timer
that's right.
is the one where it's like,
timer.
I don't want to talk to you guys. Don't talk to me, criminals. Okay.
I'm on my way to do a Descending Nightmare run.
Definitely
you know,
not
the
doing
thing-
that now.
Thinking about like the past with the Emporium, like there used to be, and I know I understand why you removed it, but like I think about it all the time. There used to be this like visual effect to where when you buy your items, let's say you bought like 1,000, vials for, alchemy, like all of the vials would like spill out of the Emporium and like drop all over the floor before they like got sucked into your character. And
Yeah.
there's so many times I want that to come back.
My God.
Really?
Like you buy like if you buy, let's make up a scenario. Let's say I bought like 5,000 like 1 gold items. Like
Oh,
I would be
man.
there for 5 minutes. Where it's like a slot machine where it's just like consistently paying you out. So good, so good.
Great.
It's pretty interesting, I guess, because most of that was all just a local effect, a client effect. So you already had the items credited. You didn't have to stand there. You could have just run away. But It was,
Here I am
it was
running
some of
over the
videos.
items to pick them all up.
Yeah.
Even better.
Oh, there was
You didn't
another
need to
good
do
one.
that, brother.
Uh,
That's fucking great.
I don't remember what event it was. I think it was like a Halloween event. But there was this one time where right when the patch got loaded, when you go into the tavern, like all of a sudden there was just like transcendent weapons and mythical weapons like everywhere on the floor. And I'm
Yeah.
like, can I pick these up, please? Please?
So that was a bug which was around the players that run around. So there was an equip bug for those fake players basically that are in the map. And when it went to equip them, there was a bug where it couldn't equip the weapon, and so it would just leave it on the floor. So that's why you see that. Wherever there was a fake player that was spawned, it would spawn its weapon on the ground. So, yeah, thankfully
I
they were all
remember
fake.
that.
We couldn't pick them up.
I got a good question. Ghost Car asks, can you ask if he plans to give utility to all the BC resources with a progression system like pets and weapons? Or every resource will be used for something different?
Well, I think we've already been addressing that, haven't we? Like, there's been a lot of changes coming that every patch we give utility to something else or give away for claiming those resource items, for want of a better word. Yeah, so I think, and that or transforming them into usable items. So
Yeah,
originally it was because we didn't have virtual items in the early days. It was just supposed to be all blockchain items, but we'd send them out to the wallets. Ethereum got too expensive. We then couldn't do any of that sort of stuff. Some of those items were needed for quests. There was a quest line, I think, that was about 20 quests long that eventuated in you battling Ogandor. And then you would win the Edge of Lost Comrades. So all of that had to go away when the Ethereum stuff died. We had to pivot and do virtual items instead. So it kind of left it in a weird state with those old blockchain items. But I think we're covering them slowly over time.
Yeah, a couple things on that note. Like, I'm a personal fan. I know there's a lot of discussion in the Discord. I'm a personal fan of having the quote unquote end game content, or the content for higher level dungeons in Inverdin, like being required for blockchain items to be turned in to be able to gain access. I just think maybe it's not a coincidence that earlier we were all talking about blockchain items dropping more commonly, and I'm like, well, maybe if items are being added back to the pool more often by players going into these types of runs, that gives more incentives for either new players or just players that are doing their normal runs to be able to come across items.
Yeah, 100%.
It definitely feels good.
Yeah, adding the circulation back in helps, because for a while there was no kind of way to stop the bleed out of all the items being dropped. And the tough thing with what we chose to do was there was limited supply, so you could see exactly how many items were left to drop. We weren't dropping unlimited, so we couldn't just keep giving items. We had to at some point either get them back, or the other way is to add new items, and that just increases the supply even more. So doing a circulation is far better for the economy, I feel, because as a new player, you can come in, and if you're not after those items because everyone else is, you can sell them and you can actually make money while you're playing, if you want to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's great. I know there's been some complaining about it, that someone has to pay to continue or something, but it's like, this is the blockchain game. Like, you're making money, of course you have to pay. You're earning money, and you're spending money. Like,
Yeah,
it's
you gotta spend money and make money, baby.
economy. Yeah, it's a full circle economy. You can't just have an economy where you just sell everything, because no one's buying them.
I've seen quite a few games that hype themselves up with basing the entire game off of the economy, and one of the things that I think makes Lost Relics great is that I think the game was created for the game. The economy, it feels like it's an important part, but it is a secondary part. And I feel like I've played a lot of blockchain games or tested a lot of blockchain games that it feels more like, maybe just to me, but it feels like the economy is the main part of it. And I don't think that's a good thing. I think the game should come first, and then there's this thing.
I think some of the games haven't got a balance right. I think
Yes.
we've been doing pretty well with that.
I
And it hasn't
agree.
been perfect all the time either, but we've been changing things, seeing what works, and adjusting as we go. We've had kind of huge curveballs thrown at us through the whole journey. We started on Ethereum, which was the only blockchain you could use out there when we started. There
ERC20,
literally
baby.
was no other ones. Yeah, there was nothing else you could use to do NFTs or to do any kind of blockchain stuff. And then over the years, we kind of ride the storm through those high gas fees and things, and pivoted around that. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've kind of had to react to all those kind of things. We've been through that stuff. We've seen how people trade on marketplaces, on the public marketplaces. We had to build our own internal marketplace to allow for the cheap fees and stuff. And by doing that, you kind of learn what's important to people and what they need for those transactions and how to make it all work. So yeah, I think it's an important part in Lost Relics, but also the gameplay is hugely important too. So I think we've got that balance pretty good.
Amen to that. I think you hit the nail on the head there, because like I know you're not going to get a lot of credit for it. It's just the way that the world works, I guess. But like one of the aspects that like I really appreciate in terms of like playing for all these years is that you've managed to go through these major hurdles. Like,
Yep.
and I've seen them as they've been playing out. Right. Sometimes transitions aren't the easiest to accomplish, but the fact that the game's still here, that you've been able to build on it and continue it to grow like that. That's a huge accomplishment, whether or not like people want to give like the appropriate amount of credit to that area. But like I see it, and I'm sure a lot of the guys on the stream right now see it, and especially the players that are in the game. So,
Yeah, thank you.
major
I mean,
congrats on surviving that through those hard times.
Yeah,
I
I
got-
definitely want to add to that too. Just saying
No,
that,
go
like,
ahead.
the hard shift of going to like, what was it, Shadowstones to Engecoin, and this whole uncertainty. I think that, in my opinion, you handle it like a boss, man. Like, I want to shout out to you saying like, I'm not a developer. I have no idea about coding, but I would be freaking out like, oh my god, what would I do in this situation? I definitely want to add to give my 2 cents on that with just carrying what Striker said. So go ahead, Spiz.
yes.
Oh, I was gonna bring up some of these community questions that are going on. There are a couple
Oh, yeah.
that are pretty good. Den Dixon. That's a name. Cliff, what do you think about using a percentage of what players spend on Lunari, let's say 10%, to mint new blockchains? Wouldn't that be good for the economy? I don't.
Yeah.
I
I don't know. We invest the any proceeds that we make from that sort of stuff back into the game, and so you'll find some of that stuff. So a portion of those funds is used to drop the engine gems. We've also been working on a new thing that I can't really discuss too much, which takes another portion of that in order to fill a reserve for awarding something else that I can't discuss. And yeah, there's that part of it. But I think if you take, like you're saying, like even 10% or something like that or whatever, and just minting new blockchains with every time you get paid, all that means is that you're increasing the supply of the blockchains over and above what the player base is like. So if you have a number of whales that come in and spend big, suddenly you're going to have all these new items released. That doesn't really attract extra players. It creates an excess of items with no other potential buyers, right? Like, I'm not sure how that's supposed to work.
I feel that. XICXS, can membership have a permanent perk? Because it does not give value if I don't grind, if I turn it on. I don't. I'm not saying
Okay,
I agree with these statements, but yeah, go ahead.
What were you going to say, Striker?
I was just gonna. I think what the question is trying to refer to is this idea of like having pendants sit in your inventory, like rather than having them active. I think that's where he was going with it. I don't know if you all interpreted the question that same way.
I don't know how to interpret that question.
To be
but you
honest,
go
I
ahead.
wasn't
You
sure
did,
how the
so,
question
yeah,
was.
I don't know how to interpret that question, but you go. You
Well,
run,
let's
baby.
do this. Let's split it into like two different paths. Like
Okay.
number one, I guess the idea of is there a way where players might be able to? Obviously, you activate a pendant, right? You have, let's say, 30 days to be able to play.
Sure.
But life happens, right? Life happens. You don't always get to play, the amount of time that you want to or whatnot. Is there a way, or have you thought about ideas that might be able to help mitigate some of the negative aspects with that?
Yeah, so
Or
I mean,
maybe they're not a concern?
Yeah, on the list of many tasks, we've got a point to look at having a way to put your membership on hold. Maybe for that membership, you can put it on hold once, and you can do it for, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or something like that. And during that time, you can't play and you can't unpause it. You're just, you're kind of saying, I'm going on holiday. I just want to come back and have that time still. I think someone raised a point where they say, I go on holidays once a year for 4 weeks or something. I want to have my pendant active all the time, but I feel like that's a waste. And in those cases, they would want a way to pause their membership once a year or something for 4 weeks. So that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, most of the time with memberships in these days, there's no pause feature.
Yeah.
There's some local gyms and stuff who do the pause where they give you a chance and then it automatically unpauses it at the end of that time. You can't use the gym during that time. But there's also a limit on that because they have, they give a lower price for membership than what they actually can afford to, and that they hope that there's people that won't play in order to pay for the servers and the costs of everyone else. And not only that, but members also help pay for the costs of free players. So it can't just be free because otherwise, the company goes bankrupt because we're just paying for servers that everyone's using for free. And we have to pay the costs.
Am I wrong with the statement of that type of situation is, in my opinion, my humble opinion, is tough titty? Like, you paid for it. Like, if you buy a 30-day membership at, like, Gold's Gym, and you only go for 12 days, like, that's not Gold's Gym's fault that you didn't do it for the other, 18 days. That's not the gym's fault. That's your fault. I don't mean to say that I understand people's issue with that, but at the same time, I don't think that you can have your cake and eat it too sometimes. Like, where
I mean, it's just a case of making it economically viable for the company too. I've seen Zix complain about this sort of stuff in the chat before. He just wants to play for free the whole time and have unlocks for everything. And it's like, well,
I'm sorry, XIC says at least the gym gives me a free gym shirt. No, it doesn't.
No,
what gym have you joined that gives you a free t-shirt? But I respect the mentality of this. I understand where you're coming from. Where it's like, I've done this many a times, where I have had a bunch of power pendants.
You're sort of saying that you're not getting anything from having a membership, and that's fine. You don't have to play if you don't feel that. But other players feel like they're getting blockchain. They're getting access to the blockchain items, they're being able to drop them. They're getting engine gem drops, all that kind of stuff. Like,
one of the things that brings me on with the membership access is, like, I'm sorry, like, I do not have any sympathy for anybody that buys a 30-day power pendant, uses it, spends 7 days using it, and then expects the other 23 days. Like, but you bought a 30-day. It's the same thing as every other membership for everything else in life.
Yeah, the other thing with the free towel and free gym and all that sort of stuff is that's also advertising for them. They're basically giving you something to advertise for them for free, so that you walk around outside the gym. That's their hope, and then they'll get more members by your free advertising.
But I will say though, like, Cliff, I do want a free t-shirt. Where's my t-shirt?
I don't earn anything off that.
Where's my Lost Relics t-shirt, man? Like, I bought a 90-day. Give me my t-shirt.
You can go buy it off the merch store if you like. Otherwise, I have to ask you for your address. That thing's
my man. I like it.
Can we get baby onesies in the merch store now, please? That's something that I didn't need before, but I do need now.
Oh my
Get
god!
the fuck out of here!
That's an option.
Oh my god!
Get the fuck out of here! I love it. Like, yeah.
No,
but all right,
but
I
for
bought
real.
a 90-day. Where's my onesie?
No,
Okay.
for real though.
I'm gonna scream in my onesie. Okay, like, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm helping your
The
game.
other thing that
Cliff.
Zix keeps saying is that there's sometimes things that happen in those 30 days, and you can't be a slave to grinding all those days. the whole point of the membership, the pricing of the membership, is that you shouldn't need to grind 24/7 to get the value out of it. It's priced at a point where you don't have to play every day, every hour to get the maximum value. Look at the cost of things. You go and buy a cup of coffee or something like that. Like that's already like half a membership. Like,
Sure.
Mhm.
I get where you're coming
Yeah.
from. Like I'll push
Wait a
back
minute,
on
wait.
Spizzo's-
One more sec. XIC, who's been talking about this, says at least let me keep my titles. I agree with him on that point. Like, if you already have titles and you're no longer a member, why can't they keep their titles?
I don't know, just a membership feature, another feature to add for the membership. There's a dual economy for the membership stuff too, because players are buying them and then reselling them to other players for gold coins. So they need to be valuable. If they're not valuable, people won't spend gold coins on them.
I like that.
Good answer.
That's an excellent answer.
push back a little bit on Spizzo's like the tough nuggets. I would push. I would push
Throw
back
it
a
at
little
me.
bit on it. To be
Come
quite
on,
honest.
baby.
Mostly because like at the end of the day, like as a business, right? You're wanting to keep your consumers happy, right? Oh, let's go. What did I hit? I just hit something.
What'd you
Guardians
get?
chest.
What'd you
let's
get?
go.
GG's.
Guardians
GG's.
chest.
Oh,
I'm not
let's
gonna-
go, baby. I got one
And-
tonight
and I-
myself.
And I hit a Warden's key like earlier today too.
Ooh, you better
Oh.
open that bitch.
I'll do
You
it. I'll
better
do it on
open that
stream,
bitch.
on stream. But I think at the end of the day, like answering the question about like whether to pause or not pause, I think it kind of comes down to this idea of like for new players, well, returning players, but specifically new players, like how do you feel, how difficult is it for you to be able to obtain membership by playing as a free-to-play player? Like, is it too difficult? Is it too easy? Does it because if I'm concerned about losing days because maybe I can't play the last week of my 30-day pendant, but I also feel like, you know what, it's not too crazy for me to be able to earn the gold necessary to continue my
It's
membership,
definitely not.
then it kind of it not cancels itself out, but you answer the question by a gameplay result.
Yeah, it's not like you can go to the gym and work out and then they give you the next membership for free if you work out.
I'm pretty
enough.
sure they sell muscles at the gym. Like, so it's like I could just go to the gym and be like, if I pay enough money, I'll be swole, baby.
Just throw money at the problem. That
Yeah.
always works.
I think for me, I would just say, if I had to give out my 2 cents on pendants, I would just say that, think of it this way. If you can't play every day, just do a little bit every day. That's what I do. Yes, I know I'm losing some money if you think of it that way, but think of it this way. You're funding the game.
Yes,
You know,
that's
that
something
pays, that helps pay
I'm-
the bills. Go ahead.
I live by that, where it's like I do a lot of giveaways. Like I
A lot.
give away a shitload of stuff. I've done so for 4 years with this game, but this is the only game that I do giveaways for. I don't give away. I guess that's not true. I've given away 2 copies of Hell Divers, but at the same time, it's like there's a reason why this is the game that I give away everything like for, is because this thing is beautiful. It's like the economy seems to be catered to, but it is not the major focus, even though it is a focus. Like I don't know. I believe in this. I believe in this project. I think this is
Thanks, Spizzo.
one
I mean,
of
you got
the
the governor of giveaways for a reason, didn't you?
yeah, like hopefully, like right. I don't know. Like there are probably a bunch of people out there that don't like me, but you know what? Fuck those people. But I'm just like, I understand their issues, and obviously I have issues where I would love all my days that I can't play to be given back to me, but let's be honest. That's not realistic in a business. It just isn't. And so when I get my 90 day and I end up playing 60 out of the 90 days, I'm not like, why would I get 30 days back? Why? Someone sell me that reason. Because it's the same way with everything in life. I do agree, though, that I do like XIC's point of, I do think your title should be usable when you're not active, because it's like, who cares? But if someone does, it's tough titty again. Like, that's just the way it is. It's a business. Like, I know we're all playing a game, but at the end of the day, the game is a business. And I think
Preach, baby.
I
Preach,
think
yeah, go
the
ahead.
way that it works is how it should work. Like, it'd be madness if it didn't. Like, Cliff wouldn't be able to sustain his business. The game would implode. It'd be no longer anything. Like, that doesn't make sense to me, personally.
Feel you. I feel you.
Jam Zuluda says
sorry, I'm just
it's
chiming in
his
with, I'm just going to
casting
take one more
couch.
question. I'm going to have to take one more question, then I have to bail. Sorry, guys.
Better be a good one, guys. Better be a good one.
Make it count.
What do you got?
No, we're not gonna do an update, guys. We're not gonna do.
Don't say when, please. Don't say when.
What does that even mean, Riley Jenkins? I want the Spizzo pillow under my head. What does that mean? I'll smother you with that pillow. How about that?
It's too, Chef. I was only supposed to do this for about half an hour. It's gone way over time.
It's got way over.
All right.
I got one for you that maybe can wrap it up here, depending if you're able to share. But on the topic of obviously this cycle that we're in,
Sorry.
Engine obviously is starting to make a push with multiverse events coming out.
Yes.
Obviously being able to potentially, you had mentioned earlier in the discussion about being able to onboard some of these items from the multiverse. Is there any more information you might be able to share in like future collaboration or future
I love that.
work with Engine?
We've got something in the works, so I can say that
Alright.
much.
Nice.
It should be coming out, I think, in the next couple of months. You should be seeing more marketing and other such about it soon.
Very cool. Very cool.
Awesome.
Keep an eye out then, everybody, on social medias. And if we happen to get word on what that is sooner rather than later, we'll definitely be giving you our thoughts on the topic.
I just know, like, I've spent a few years, like, randomly talking with Cliff, and this dude's level-headed, and he knows what he's doing. So when you are questioning what's going on, just don't worry about it. Like, he knows what he's doing. How many blockchain games that I've played that I have not enjoyed for as long as I have, and here we are. Like,
All right, thanks for having me, guys. I'm gonna have to head out. But we'll catch you again next time, and definitely keep an eye out. You'll definitely want to keep an eye out on Engine socials, and we'll be sharing it on the Lost Relics socials as well. Should be coming soon.
Excited.
Right, thanks for having me,
nice
guys.
job, dude. Thank you
Thanks for
so
coming, brother.
much for coming
See
to
ya.
talk with us.
There you have it.
Oh.
I
The
mean,
definitive Cliff 2024
Right?
interview.
how fun was that?
I wasn't saying.
I loved it.
It was good. It was good. I always like posing, especially some of the questions that don't have answers, like that there is no correct answer.
Oh, yeah,
I love
he's
when we have
so
those types
good.
of talks.
He's
Mhm.
so good with the answers too, where it's like, well, it is what it is, but he doesn't say it that way. He says it with
That's
like
the
this.
Spizzo way.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
the
Spizzo.
Spizzo. It is what it is. Tough titty.
Tough to
Like tough titty.
titty.
Like, but it is what it is. He's so great. That's why we keep playing his game. But
Fair
what do you guys think? Hidden Hero, you're out.
Am I what?
I'm sorry. I've clearly misinterpreted. I thought you were saying that there was one more question and then you were out.
Oh no, not yet, not anytime soon. But Food does sound good though in a bit.
Food does sound good.
Man,
Oh
you
no, I'm choking here. Can't dodge the Nether Demon at all, man.
I didn't even ask. What were you guys doing during the whole time? Were you guys just playing as you were talking to us, the cliff?
Dude, I'm on level 4 of Descending Nightmares right now. All right. Oh shit! As I step on a
Striker
freaking
is
fire
going
truck.
hard, like with
Dude.
playing. I'm like a half and half. I've been peddling bullshit with Zenithrill.
Yeah, what's ironic on while we were talking to Cliff, I just got a gold bounty scroll. I'm doing Iron Dawn. I have to kill that giant ice boss dude.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, from Echoes of Time. Now that's what I'm doing right now. So I was like, oh,
So there's tornadoes coming at you.
no, the ice guy, the frost giant.
Wait, where do you fight the frost giant?
An
Haven't
Iron
unlocked the
Dawn.
Frost Giant? Oh,
Or I guess, all right, I'm sorry. I am acting like I know about Echoes of Time. I only play Mythic. So
Oh,
I
see
have
what you're
no
saying.
idea like that there were other bosses that you could fight in Echoes of Time. I'm
sorry,
busy
spoiler.
stressing about fucking 6-minute time periods for like you better get this dungeon done.
I think we asked them pretty decent. I think not decent, very good questions. I think even chat asked some pretty good questions as well. You know,
I
I'm
do
just
too. I
it's-
think it was a wide range. I thought it was pretty good.
I agree.
Ghost Car says, what do you think about the fact that transcendent dungeons require a transcendent item just to be able to not die? I don't agree. I don't have a transcendent item and I can do transcendent dungeons. Yes, I do have to bring my PEDs, but when do I not use PEDs? Do you guys feel that way?
I jump back and forth, to be honest, man. You know, a large part of me really enjoyed the beginning of the games when you know, new items were coming out. Of course, this was early. Charizard, I'm streaming on Twitter right now, brother. Streaming on Twitter. I did enjoy like this whole aspect of like new items coming out that you don't know what they do. You don't know if they're like actually useful. So like, hey, you'll spend $5 to get an item just to try it out, and then like you like it or you don't like it, you sell it again. You know, I did enjoy that, but also I think it's more important to not lock too much content behind investment. And that's a delicate balance. Like, I don't know what the answer is, to be quite honest. You know, maybe there's scenarios where you are able to play for a weekend, you know, the way like Call of Duty will do double XP weekend. I was like, okay,
Sure.
You know, maybe there's a way where new players can be able to experience a little more content than what they have access to right now. Maybe that would be more beneficial. I don't know. What do y'all think?
I just don't believe in the idea of that concept, like at its core, like the idea of the double EXP weekend. If I am not able to do the double EXP weekend, again, tough titty. Like, should I be owed?
I mean,
Time?
it's not about being owed. It's more like these structures are like, they can be created on a whim. Like, why was it not always just double XP? Or why is it important for double XP? Like, you can make up a scenario either way. So like, you know, why is it good or bad? I don't think it is good or bad. I think it's just a matter of like, how do you keep players happy and be able to like grow a loyal player base?
I respect that opinion, but I'm a staunch person of that's good, and it sucks that you didn't get to enjoy it. That's the whole draw of it, right? That's the whole reason for a double EXP weekend, is that we're marketing that you should play this weekend. If you can't, yes, that does really suck. But there's like, I don't believe in the catering of that type of situation. Where I think that there should be no recovery factor for a double EXP weekend and you missed it. Then you missed it. That's it. That's the only conversation, in my opinion.
So if we have a new player that comes on board, goes through a few maps and then realizes like the only way for me to progress is
Is it double
ownership.
EXP weekend?
No, is ownership of a transcendent item. Going back to the idea, like some people say they cannot play transcendent dungeons because they don't have transcendent items.
Right.
Like, okay, maybe that's okay for the top tier level of the game. Like that is the furthest level of content that you can experience.
Yes.
That should be deserved. But like when we have the conversation of like, what happens when we're talking about epics? Like, what happens if new players can only ever play uncommon and common maps? Like, is that good? Is that healthy for the game?
This is a good conversation. I don't think that's healthy.
And that's my point. Is that
I do not think that is healthy.
And that the point is that like that line of wherever that line is, that's an important, really important decision to make. Because like what Cliff was saying, like the paid members are the ones that are the ones that are supporting the game and that allow free, like they're paying for free players, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Right. But if the free players don't stick around, like you eventually want to convert a free player into a member.
Yes.
Like that has to be the goal.
100%. That is the only goal.
And if you make it too difficult for that to happen, then
okay,
that's
I
an
see
issue.
what's going on. Like I wholeheartedly agree. Like, because I have said for years that we need to make it easier on new players. And I also think, like, I didn't get a chance to give Cliff his kudos, but the last update opened up a couple new dungeons for free-to-play players.
True.
It's hard
Yeah.
for me to really understand it because I'm constantly I don't like the term paid player, but like I'm an active.
Yeah, you're participating in the economy.
Yes. I wholeheartedly agree with the general idea that it's kind of bullshit that, let's say I participated in the economy, but I didn't have my item, and I'm a free-to-play player, and I can't do epic maps. I forget what the restrictions are, because I don't know them, because I'm always a paid player. But I do have to say it's highly commendable, like the entire idea of he opened the world up a little bit more to the free-to-play players. Because, like, let's be honest, we're not talking about AAA gaming, we're talking about blockchain gaming. Half of the people that, half of the people that play these games think they're gonna make a bunch of money, and that's the only reason why they play them. In my opinion,
Is that bad? I
don't
think
think
that's bad.
that's bad, but I also think that that's naive, like in the sense of name a game that you can spend 40 hours a week playing that you're gonna make more money than 40 hours a week doing minimum wage.
I mean, look, I think there's plenty of games that allow you to do that. I mean, I have multiple clients that are like gold farmers in Web 2 games, and they are earning significantly more than minimum wage. But
Sure, but
I think the issue is like that is not a realistic possibility for everyone. But like that same scenario applies to content creation and streaming. But like we don't like you can make the argument saying like don't waste your time doing all this content or like trying to become a streamer. But like at the end of the day, if that's what people want to do, that's what they're gonna do.
Exactly.
that's not wrong. Like you're like, I don't mean to say that I'm saying that is wrong. I mean to say that there are a lot of people, in my opinion, that come into the blockchain universe of gaming thinking that they're going to make money. And
Well, to be fair, a lot of people have, not most.
A lot.
Probably
but that's what I mean.
probably the top
Not
10%.
most.
Not most. Now,
So-
my thing is this: if I think the part where you and me definitely agree on is that the perception is not what is actual, right? Like the perception has gone way too
Perception
far.
isn't the reality.
Exactly. Perception isn't reality. I agree with you there completely. I have no issue with that.
I'm
However,
not saying they can't.
right. I think the dream of it all, which is like, oh my gosh, I can actually make a living, or I can be able to earn by doing the thing I love the most. Like that is a dream that like is in like every aspect of, it can go from sports to players that want to be like, I want to be a professional baseball player.
Sure.
Oh no, I'm gonna die. No, this is really bad.
No.
Oh,
Survive.
no.
Survive, dude.
Dude, I lost the warden's chest.
No,
I lost the
survive.
warden's chest.
No,
No.
Striker.
I was
Striker,
going off on my tangent.
I'm gonna give it.
Oh,
I'm giving you a digital hug, brother.
ugh.
Digital fist bump from me.
Clip it, boys. Clip it and ship it.
Clip it
I was
and
like,
ship
I was
it.
getting really into the like. Look, my thing is that like I got to see where players were like having the dream of like going pro back in like the MLG Halo days back.
Oh
in the,
my God, yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but no
MLG,
one,
baby.
it was like only the top tier of players, right?
But that's what
Like,
I mean.
But the dream is dream
dream-
is real, and,
all
and
right.
you can't take the dream away from
I'm
people.
I'm sorry if I am not selling that the dream isn't real. I'm still chasing the goddamn dream.
Same
Like
here.
I'm not saying that. I apologize if that's the way that it was perceived.
You're good.
I mean the idea of it's like we're talking about small percentages. And I feel that a lot of people that go into blockchain gaming think that it's not small percentages. Personally, I think
You're
that
right,
there are a
you're
lot
right.
of people that are thinking like, I'm going to go play Axie Infinity and make $500, $600 a week and I'll be able to play video games for life. You can. I'm not saying you can't. But I am saying the reality of things is that you're probably not going to.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean that to be a discouraging aspect of, because it's like, I'm sorry. I'll tell everyone, if you believe that you are going to do what you're doing, if you believe it, you have a high likelihood of being able to make something from it. But it's like the idea of Lost Relics. You go play Lost Relics, and you're telling me that a normal person that comes in to play Lost Relics is going to start Lost Relics and make money in a week?
No,
It's impossible in my it's probable,
right.
but it's not. Yeah, it's like I guess
It's
that
not-
might be the
it-
wrong word, but like
Yeah, I think you did this wrong.
it's
But I know what
definitely
you
the
mean.
wrong word.
Like it is.
I just
probable,
mean that
but it is
we
not-
need to be realistic about this stuff. Like, if you play the lottery long enough, you're gonna fucking win.
At some point.
And I
Yeah.
don't believe that we're playing the lottery. I believe that we're playing something that makes blockchain gaming special. To me, in my interpretation of it, is the fact that I get to play a game that I really enjoy, and guess what? I could make money. Not I will, but I could.
Exactly.
And that's the big distinction to me. And I have a hard time accepting the idea of, I've had a ton of people come into my streams or talk to me personally and been like, I saw you really like Lost Relics. How much money can I make per week? It's like, I don't fucking know. How can I goddamn know? Like, there's no concept to what you can or can't do. You could make thousands of dollars. You could make nothing. But that's, in my opinion, the reality of the concept I'm talking about. Like, where I think this is very special. Blockchain gaming is a special thing.
Mm-hmm.
but it's not guaranteed.
No,
It's
definitely
like,
not.
but you're right in your own right. Like I'm not
No, I agree
saying
with
you're
you too.
completely
Like,
wrong. Like
I think one of the
you are
biggest
right in
issues-
your own right.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think what you just hit on is one of the biggest issues that we have right now. It's just people don't know how to manage expectations.
Yes.
Hype gets too real, and FOMO happens, and people get hurt.
I love the
it's
FOMO.
It's the way of it's human nature. Also, the thing I think is really, really important, because Axie showed us this, and now it's definitely not going away. Like this concept of like players that are in countries where minimum wage is significantly lower.
Oh my
earning
God,
$1,
yes.
$2 a day.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Players in those countries will sell items. Like for them, a profit is $1 or $2. They make $1 or $2. They made a profit.
Mhm.
Okay. So we're gonna have a world, at least in the short term, where like players from these types of countries, they're gonna push prices down, because for them, like I may be not wanting to sell an item because I'm like, $50. Like I put in 40. I'm gonna sell it for 50. Like I don't want to make $10. I'll hold it to see if it goes up more. But for another player, that can be the exact opposite. $10 is like, hell, I hit my quota. Like I did what I got to do.
Fuck
I
you're
won.
so right.
So it's
Like
this
you
balance.
are so right though.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and I
that's-
think there has to be a world where you need to be able to support players that are wanting to earn for $1, $2 a day, while also letting whales, or figuring out a way where whales can also play in the economy. And it's a game on top of a game, right? You're investing, you're playing the economy, you're buying, you're selling. Like there's fun in that as well. You know what I mean?
Damn it, I'm gonna bite some of my words like with that, because I was just preaching off of my own experience in the United States. But you're so unbelievably right with that mentality, where it's like $1 here ain't shit, but $1 there is a ton of shit.
Yeah.
And I have the privilege and ignorance of ignoring or whatever. But there is some ignorance that comes with what I just said. I believe the core of what I said is true, but you're very right.
It's we're still learning, right? The game, we just talked for like 15 minutes with Cliff about like all the lessons or things that he's learned and how he survived all of these like things that would sink another game,
Yeah.
Yes.
Like we're not done with that.
We're not
You
done
know,
with that. I
We're
like
not
that.
done with that. Not yet. Maybe some AAA, creation by Epic or EA, or maybe one of them are going to pull off some miracle out of nowhere.
Good luck with the AAA like type of thing. Yeah.
There was a question that got asked the other day that I spent like 20 minutes like fighting both sides of it, which was like, who do you think's more likely to make a successful game? Indie developers like Cliff that are much more in tune with like Web3 and like how things are working, or the big studios that know how to make big games but maybe don't know the crypto side?
What I wholeheartedly agree, like, with what you're saying. What
Yeah.
happened with I didn't pay attention to it, but didn't Epic Games decide to do a little bit of crypto, and then they just said fuck that noise?
They opened it to where you can now self-publish your crypto games on Epic. So the amount of games that are on Epic right now, crypto games, has like gone up dramatically. It used to be like 5 to 10, and now it's probably like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's closer to 100. Lost
all
Relics
like
one day, maybe.
right one day,
That'd be
like
cool.
I'd be so pumped about it. Like I truly believe that crypto gaming is the future, but I think the reality is that the world's not ready for it. Like they're not as a general consumer. Like the idea of downloading Fortnite is not a crypto game. Like there's no crypto games that are just AAA status, I guess. And I want them to be. I know they will be eventually. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm in this space. That's why I do what I do. But fuck, like it's just
Hiro asked the perfect question the other day about oh man, I had it and I lost it. Oh man, what did you ask?
crypto shit and
Crypto
gaming
stuff, maybe
and
gaming.
the fact that
no.
people are joining crypto gaming to earn.
Oh, I asked a question. You're saying, okay? Let me just check my interview questions real quick.
Yeah, it was one of the interview questions.
What do you got? What do you got, baby?
I still have the art. I still have the document here, so I can. Where is it?
It was about. We were talking about Epic, onboarding games.
Let's see. I just did my. Let's see. Okay, so we have questions here. Okay, I asked about who you were. Do you have a business? So it's about Lost Relics related, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
It was
I
towards
asked
the
you.
end.
Towards the end. Okay. I asked
Also,
you-
everybody, amazing interview. If you go to Hidden Heroes channel, I'll post that again.
It was a great interview, by the way.
It was fun.
Oh, it was phenomenal.
Dude, the final video that you edited together with all the like questions
the
popping up
links
and like
and all that,
yeah,
like, oh, dude.
exactly.
Hero,
I
you're
talked
fucking
about
amazing.
Halo and the Halo cover art popped up and it's like,
You're amazing, dude.
Thank you.
With
No,
that
I
shit.
appreciate it. Yeah. Hey, I see dedicated people in the community. I think they need to be highlighted. And you never know. Maybe I might ask you in the chat. You never know. Talking to Spiz, maybe Striker's chat or my own chat. I might interview you one day if you feel comfortable doing that. But as far as the last question I asked you was, what are some suggestions you would tell Cliff to improve LR? But the one after that, before that was, what is your current goal in LR? Or what is your opinion on Descending Nightmares or Terror Descent?
I think I remember. We were talking
Okay.
about this idea of like new players and this idea of whether someone would come in and for some of $1 or $2 for someone in one area of the world is much more impactful than that in a different place of the world. And
Right.
I just think I think that there is a lot. Oh, it was the banana game. Kind of it proves.
Yes,
Banana
yes.
game.
Wait, what the hell is the banana game? Also,
Go to Steam. Go to
Athene,
Steam right now.
You haven't heard of banana game?
Oh, wait. Are you talking about the bullshit thing where it's just bananas
Yes.
that
Yes.
don't do anything?
Yes.
Okay,
but
yeah.
The
know
fact
that.
that there's people that are playing it, the fact that there's people that are playing it
Man,
proves
fuck banana game.
it proves that people are willing to play in these types of economic games. So it doesn't matter if people are like shitting on crypto or shitting on NFTs or whatever. Like there's actual player usage. And as Web3 starts to like show people the products, like nice, clean, well-developed products, there's going to be an onboarding.
Yep.
There's
And
no denying that.
And also remember that Ariel. No, I forgot her to say her name, but from the girl from LOL, the skin that was $500.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, there's a skin
Wait.
that's $500.
And when
and people-
it's just a skin.
It's just
Yeah.
a skin.
Yeah,
It's a skin
and-
to celebrate Faker for his like years of esports accomplishments.
Exactly.
And people were pissed that they were selling a $500 skin, and then a week later, it was one of the like top
Nice.
selling items.
Mang says, Offrey, fake collab.
I like that. Cause Faker.
ETH Teeth. You won. You got 2 minutes
Got a winner.
left.
Yeah, no, but I agree. Like, to add my 2 cents to that, like, I feel like, first off, I feel like if you're gonna play this game in terms of like making a little bit of change here and there, you can do that here and there, but don't expect it, you know? It's better to go with the mindset of like, yes, you'll spend some money, but let's be honest, you'll be spending money in other games anyway. So this one, you're at least, you can potentially get something back. And you also said this in the interview as well, Striker. What other game in Web 2 that you can do that? Like, legally.
Yeah.
Let's say legally, let's hold it that way.
It's the
Legally.
it's the uniqueness factor, right? You can't do some of the stuff that we're doing in Web3 anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the reason why, it's not the reason, but it's a reason why someone would be interested in playing a game like this, because you can't do certain things in other areas.
Oh yeah, so you do that crap and Blizzard, they'll sue you. Nintendo, forget about it. You be in jail in the next minute. Shit, don't even tell me that.
You're not
can
gonna
do
be
that.
sleeping good at night
gonna
with
do
Nintendo
that in
on your ass.
Blizzard. They'll sue you. So good.
No, but I'm saying the facts. That's as well. So it's kind of like, yes, it hurts to pay to bite the bullet on certain things, but that's kind of how life is, you know.
It is. You're right.
Like for example, like, you know, like you, well, I mean, well, that's you know, I think I've said enough. I don't want to like hit anymore on that.
Let me
Preach,
just throw
baby.
one more thing.
Preach.
Let me throw one more thing at you, because we were kind of talking about like, hey, don't expect it, right? With Lost Relics, like, don't expect coming in here and earning. You know, I don't know how. I don't really know how important like this is, but there was a time when you were able to play Lost Relics and players were earning left and right. You know, the bull market run of 2021. Now, that is not the case right now. My question is, will that day ever come again? And if it does come again, is that good? Is that bad? Is it? I don't know what to think of it.
I like
Of
that. I like that
what
question.
Spizzo was saying about like it's gonna build FOMO and some people will lose out.
XIC
You know,
says that was a million years ago. But
It was a hot minute.
I
you
mean,
know? It got
I'm
so
just
hot
saying
that
though,
we
like
crashed the
I
game.
like that question. What do you think, Striker? Is that good or is that bad?
I don't know. I wrestle with that every day.
I'm
not
with
every day,
you
but
on that. Like
wrestle with that
that's
idea
kind of
every day.
how I feel. Like where it's like it is good. It's also bad. Like it just depends on the person, in my opinion. One of the things that I thoroughly enjoy is that with Lost Relics is that, you know, like I do believe we have a lack of new players. I'm not
question.
saying new players aren't here. There are new players and everything like that, and I do everything in my effort to help those new players because I believe once I get you hooked, then I don't like. Then you're hooked. Like here you
you're
are.
mine.
Then you're mine. Like type of mentality. I mean, obviously, I'm not the developer of Lost Relics or anything like that, but I do believe that my mentality on being overly helpful to new players is like a marketing aspect. Like, let's get you hooked, and then sorry about you, tough titty, like type of situation. Like, we all keep coming back, right? Like all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've been playing for a long time. Years. But here we are. Still. Playing what we're playing. Obviously, we talked with Cliff, and there's a bunch of new stuff that goes on. But the core of the game is the idea of... the game is fun. I assume that's why we're all together. is that I'm not playing this game to earn. I'm playing this game because it's a fucking jam. I love this game. Is that the same mentality that everybody that's coming into these games? Like,
No, not necessarily.
are the
Some
new
people have-
players coming in, like, because it's a quote-unquote blockchain game, the new players are looking to earn, they don't earn, and then they ditch? Like, I just mean, I don't know who the new players are. I'm glad they're here. I think we need them, but I also think that there is a false narrative that the game isn't saying, but the idea of blockchain games is saying.
which is
The idea of blockchain games, in my opinion, is that come play these games, you can make money. And it's like, you can in some form, but I love that Lost Relics isn't marketing itself as a blockchain game or doing like, I don't like that Lost Relics isn't marketing at all. But I would very much not like Lost Relics marketing itself as we're a blockchain game, come earn.
I don't think that.
Lay
do I
down
put
me.
this?
Hit me.
How do I put this?
Hit me.
I don't think it's good that the game isn't advertising itself. However,
I agree.
I do think it's good that Cliff feels like he believes that we're not at that stage.
I'm 100% with you.
That's the part that I
agreed.
like.
I 100% am with you. Like, the idea that it's refreshing in my mind that a blockchain game creator is like, we're not there. Because he could have spent how much time now marketing, like, come play Lost Relics, you can earn a bunch of money, blah, 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 all that bullshit. But you can't. We can. But it's like the idea of Axie Infinity created a false narrative, in my opinion.
Of course.
Axie Infinity was a definitive guarantee that you were going to make money when it was in its prime. It's not in its prime anymore. But that's half of my issue with blockchain gaming, because the community, like, we don't have the just let's go have fun gaming community. We have some of them, in my opinion. But I think generally speaking, we don't, because if we did, we'd have a much larger numbers. And I'm sorry, if you look up blockchain games that are good, what are the other ones? We got Lost Relics. What?
I mean, I like. There's a couple of games that I like. The Beacon. Now it's not fully launched.
I don't know the Beacon.
Never heard of that either.
Parallel, the trading card game.
Parallel, I know, but at the same time, why would I do that when I could do Gods Unchained?
True. I mean, I would add Gods Unchained to the list too.
I'm not trying to like insult you, but I'm just
No.
saying,
I
as like
mean,
an average player, if you don't know anything about the space and you look things up, Gods Unchained is going to show up before that.
That's true.
Or maybe even Splinterlands, but Splinterlands doesn't deserve an ounce of respect, in my opinion. That game is insulting.
I think we're going into a world where these different genres of games are going to, like, there's going to be a crypto game for shooters. There's going to be a crypto game for dungeon crawlers, a crypto game for trading cards.
Where's our crypto game for shooters? What's the crypto game for shooters? I'm so down.
Off the grid.
Off the grid?
It's not yet. Not
all
out
right,
yet.
wait. Off the grid? I'm so fucking down, dude.
Go to the website and
Put in
your info to be able to play test.
Off the grid, like this one? Off the grid .com. It's like orange or red colored.
Yeah, red logo.
Yeah, buddy.
Keep an eye on that one.
I'm fucking so pumped.
If there's gonna be an
there's
Axie game for
tanks?
this,
I'm sorry. I got excited about off the grid.
I was gonna say if there's gonna be an Axie, if there's gonna be another Axie this cycle, that's my guess.
Okay.
That's my guess. Well, we don't know. You know, probably got a couple months before we find out what's gonna happen, but just keep an eye. Keep an eye.
What do you guys think about this? Where I have a mentality of blockchain games are going to integrate with AAA at some point. Is that true to you guys?
Blockchain. So like,
Is that real?
here's the thing. I think this is the thing we talked about as well yesterday. Not yesterday. This week. Striker. That like we talked about like. I talked about how NFTs need to be rebranded as a different name because, you know, the Bored Ape Yacht Club monkey thing where like you're able to take a picture of that same JPEG and now that person has it. They have this, you know, we'll say, you know, I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to separate myself from a traditional gamer. I am still a traditional gamer at times when I, you know, off stream I play other games. But you know, I would say that, like, I do agree in that argument. How do you transition from their mindset from having an abundancy of all the abilities to copy and paste images to don't understand the idea of digital scarcity, you know, like getting them from that mentality to where we are, where we know that there's digital scarcity on certain items in Lost Relics or even in other games, you know, it's like, how do you change them? How do you make a game in such a way that they don't realize that they just stepped into this world that you kind of have to, like, I guess, do things on your own more or less in a way that's like, well, I shouldn't say on your own because you're a part of a community to help you for the most part. It's like, it's very hard, I feel, that for a lot of gamers to go from having abundance to scarcity. What are your opinions on that, both of you, Striker and Spiz?
You want to start, Spiz?
No, you go ahead. I gotta percolate on that one.
My gut says that there's a difference between the theory behind it all. Like, what would you theoretically have to do to be able to convince people to play these kinds of games versus what you actually need to do. The theory of it all, I think, says that if you're able to show, the theory is that like there are already a large amount of gamers that enjoy economic type of real world value type of games. They already exist.
Sure,
they already exist. I think it's a matter of not focusing on the haters and just focusing on the ones that are naturally drawn to these types of games.
Okay.
You know, now, I think it's easy to say that those players are like more Eastern type of players. I think that's a fair
what do you mean
argument.
Eastern?
Like gacha type of games, gacha type of mechanics. You know, players that are playing games like Genshin Impact or
Conquest Star Rail.
Yep. I got you. I got you now.
I think there's a much bigger community, much more accepting of those types of practices in games. So I would assume that that's a big one. So like that's the theory. The theory behind it all is like if you target the players that are already interested in these types of games, when a big game blows up, it will drag everyone else in. You know, the same way how gacha mechanics weren't a thing and now they're everything.
That's kind of true. I don't know if I agree.
Okay, now that's the theory. What actually is going to happen is just all going to come down to number go up. It is because like number go up is going to be the thing that gets people talking, that is going to spark interest the same way it does for Bitcoin, the same way it does for all the other cryptos, is that when something gets hot and goes viral, of course it becomes more valuable and that gets more eyeballs. And it's a vicious cycle. But that's what's more than likely going to happen. You know, which
Okay.
kind of goes against what Spizzo was saying earlier. This idea of people are coming in with the wrong mindset. I think that's going to keep continuing because humans do what humans do.
Humans are humans. I'm
Yep.
100% with that.
Yep.
You know?
We all want to make we all want to make money.
Obviously, at some point.
Type of situation though. I completely agree though. Like
Talk about Lost Relics. The thing that gets me interested or intrigued is that, like, yes, how do I put this? There is value behind these items, so it's exciting to get your hands on these items. However, when I actually hit a mythical in a dungeon, the jump for joy that I have isn't because, like, oh my god, I found something that's worth $100. It's the fact that you even hit something that's rare, that it happened to you. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yeah, no, it does. It does.
I get it.
And that is the feeling. I don't know if you can separate that feeling from money. I don't know.
Fuck.
You
I don't
know what I'm
have
trying to
words
say?
for it, but I know it exactly what's going on right there, and I'm with you, dude. It's like I don't know if there are words.
What was it? I'm trying to remember the player's name. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm.
Kane
Non-dairy.
says it hits the
Yes.
reward system.
It's the reward system. It hits the
I
pleasure
kind
center
of
the
like
brain,
that.
right?
Yeah, you get the dopamine.
Non-dairy
Non-fiat.
posted a video a couple days ago, or someone clipped a video of him hitting an uncommon item years ago, and then him finding an uncommon item now, and he's just like dramatically different. And my question is, like, is it different because the value of items are different now?
No.
Or is it just because you've been playing for so long
I think-
that it wears off?
I think you're a human being, and the whole idea of hitting an item is dopamine, right?
Yep.
Like, that's why people get addicted to things. That's the enjoyment. That's why social media is nice, when you get a bunch of likes or shares or views of your stuff. The reason why you're proud of those things is dopamine. We're human beings.
And on that note, people, make sure to follow all 3 of our streams and like all of our posts.
Just so
Love
you
that
guys
transition,
know,
yeah.
I'm going to say it right now. All right, if you haven't hit the like button, you better goddamn do it, okay?
Same
Because we're
here.
doing a lot of giveaways, but you also better go under the hidden heroes, because my man is the fucking best. And then we also have my mentor when it comes to actual blockchain gamings that I care about, Striker. Go click those links. Enjoy those links. Do your thing. Give us those dopamine.
He's
Give it.
Give us
also,
the
you know,
dopamine.
Give
he's
it.
also one of the best, man. He's also one of the best, man. He's OG,
Dude,
man.
Striker is Striker, I don't know if you like I know you. You're a humble guy. But I don't know if you know how much influence you have over everything.
Uh,
I know it's
I,
a weird conversation, right? Because you're
a
gonna
weird
be
one.
like, if you are like, yeah, I do. Like, you look like a pompous asshole. Like, if you don't, you're like, well, that is how I am, like, type of thing. I want to say it to everybody. There are 2 big factors that come in from tonight. Yes, we had Cliff here. Woody woo. That's great. But I also have to say, like, the more special thing is that I have Striker that day one of me trying to make, like, me at the very start of me trying to make a ripple or an echo into Lost Relics community. Striker, I was a nobody, and I was like, hey, this guy's got a blue fucking text. This guy's got blue. Can I interview you? And he was like, abso-fucking-lutely. And while we were talking, I was like, I'm new. Like, what should I do? How should I do it? And he told me everything that I should do, how I should do it, and was the best. The hidden hero is someone that sits here and fucking just showcases people that should be showcased, that not necessarily are. Like, he's out there reaching out to the communities. Everybody's doing something special, and that's part of the Lost Relics community, which is why I've spent thousands of dollars of my own money to pump up the Lost Relics community. And it's such a pleasure that I get to, in my opinion, maybe I'm wrong, of being like, we're in the same group.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're here shaking hands, giving hugs, like, to each other. It's like hidden hero, Striker. Also, Striker, fuck you for having such a good name. Like, by the way,
fuck?
dude, like, I'm sorry. Like, it's like, if you want to, like, bang, like, it's like, I'm the Striker. Like, it's
I love
like,
you too, brother. I love you too.
it's just,
No, but for real though, like, look, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I there was some time here I stepped away from the game, and
Yes,
I
you
think
did.
that's okay for players that need to do that. I think that's fine. But like, no matter what, like, you guys have been playing, you guys have been discussing in the Discord, like, for those months when I was not here, like, you guys were like carrying the torch or keeping the community entertained, or just, you were doing the Lord's work.
Look,
and
dude.
I just want to say that I, like, really, as a community member, I really do respect that, and I hope that you guys continue to do it for a long time to come.
God willing. God willing.
Yeah, God willing. I'm gonna keep going until something tells me not to. I'm gonna keep going, and I assume Hero too. But
Of course.
Striker also, I'm pissed off. You have so many transactions.
Because that kind of, like, comes back to what you were saying earlier about, like, having influence and all this. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been afraid to sell items.
Why?
'Cause, like,
Why
I'm
would
afraid-
you? Apparently, like, the transcendent items are now worth like tens of thousands of engine.
Well, I mean, that's a good point. But I just, I mean, there's been plenty of times where I'm like, what is the community gonna think? Like, I don't know. It's affected me. Maybe it shouldn't.
What do you
Maybe
mean?
it shouldn't.
Like, wait,
Yeah, what do you mean?
expand on
Yeah.
that.
Like, you don't. I mean, I guess my big thing is I've always been like, what if one day, let's say I started selling items, right? And let's say
You're talking
it was,
about buyer's remorse.
no,
or
I'm
seller's
talking
remorse.
about, like, I guess the influencer side of this whole thing, which is like, look, 3 months ago, I sold out on all my gaming assets except for like 2 projects. I did not touch Lost Relics at all.
My
And
man.
I wasn't
My
even
man.
playing Lost Relics at the time,
Yeah, no,
But
but,
I-
my
like,
man.
I-
What are the other ones you sold out on?
Like, I sold Big Time, I sold
Oh yeah, fuck big time.
you know
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm sorry. I haven't been like very staunch about it, but like, I don't agree with games that have their own economy based off of their own game. Big Time was built on economy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Fuck that game.
Well, imagine,
That's my words, not yours.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I wouldn't go that far, but I understand where
will.
you're coming from. My thing has always been like, I sold So Rare, because I was playing the the fantasy sports.
Wait, So Rare?
game. So Rare fantasy sports.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Oh my god, it's a
I have
NFT
not
plus
heard
you
of
can
that.
sell NFTs. I think like OpenSea.
Yeah.
Wait, what
Yeah, they
is
have their
So
own little
Rare?
marketplace. It's fantasy sports, but you have to buy the player NFT to put them in your lineup.
So it's like card
like
collectibles, but
It's NFTs of sports players, and you can buy different players on a market like OpenSea, and then you play fantasy sports with them. If you have the player's NFT, you put it in your lineup. You try to. I was playing the baseball one, so it was like you're trying to go for home runs and steals, and and if you're in the top, if you finish in the top, I don't know, 10 to 50, you can win Ethereum, or you win more packs, or you win, fantasy sports, but with a crypto twist. So
cool
sold
concept.
out on that.
I'm not gonna lie, cool concept, but yeah.
My thing was like, look, if I'm gonna, I thought I was like, look, I'm selling everything because I was switching into the big three. Specifically Solana.
Are you talking about us?
And my thing is just, I kept thinking, I was like, what? I don't want to be there. Like, if I sell Lost Relic stuff, I don't want to be there the day that someone figures it out and then it's just like, dude, did you hear Striker sold out? Like, Striker's gone.
Oh, like, I get what you're saying.
Man,
I get what you're saying,
that.
dude.
Bro. Just make a yard
Hiro,
sale, man.
hit it.
Fuck it, man.
I would want to do way more things. Like, dude, when the aspect of guilds come out, or whenever we can start doing maybe some more things with engine, both as like creators and players. I think that could be interesting. I
like that.
I just want to leave the door open,
I feel you, but you left the door open for the stuff that you actually, or I don't want to put words in your mouth, but like, if you quote unquote sold out, which I don't think.
I don't really see that.
I don't view that as like, it's like the idea that you went and did like a fucking like commercial of like Ozempic like type of thing. Like, it's like, that's what I feel like as selling out. But at the same time, it's like, if you don't think that there's value in those games, then ditch those games. And you kept Lost Relics.
Yeah. The thing that pushed me across the line, I was listening to a podcast, and they asked the same question, but they were talking about tokens, and they were like, I feel bad. I don't want to leave this community. I don't want to sell, but maybe I should, and all this stuff, right? And the line that the guy said in response is like, look, every day that you hold an item is the same day that you hold a token is the same as if you're buying on that day. Like, you holding is important. And it kind of just hit me, and I'm like, well, if I'm getting rid of all of these NFTs, like, what is going to be the are there any items that make me feel that, like that it's holding is still buying in? And I was like, well, Lost Relics is those items, so I'm not going nowhere,
I fucking love that.
Yeah.
It's like, so, I had what is it called? A tanks game.
Oh yeah, the same one.
Spider Tanks.
Spider Tanks.
Yeah, where it was like, I love that game, but there's no one to goddamn play. So I feel like I was forced to sell.
Yep.
Like I challenge you, go find a game of Spider Tanks. Spider Tanks is so goddamn fun. Amazing game. But I'm not going to wait 18 minutes for a game. That's madness, in my opinion. I'm here to like unwind. I have my own stress of my own life. I come to play video games to alleviate some of that stress. And you're talking about I gotta wait 20 minutes to fight someone that paid $500 more than me, and they're just dominating me? Like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. Like,
this is also the guy that's like, I play games to de-stress, but yet I'm going into dungeon runs where I'm stressed out because of the timer.
Hey. Okay, like, I understand fingers have been pointed. I understand that fingers have been pointed, and I understand that they are very warranted. like with those fingers pointed. But I'm also gonna reply with a staunch, "Why don't you fuck off?" Like type of situation.
Oh man, good stuff. Good stuff.
You're right though. You're right though. Like I
But it's
do
different.
like,
It's not
but
the same.
it's
It's not the same.
it's not the same, but it kind of is like type of situation. Like yeah, but I do things like I fucking like Lost Relics. I'm not gonna lie. Like I like tanks, but what are you gonna do? There's no one there. I also love the fact that we can sit here and shoot the shit where we can break each other's balls, and I hope no one feels like their feelings are hurt.
Oh my god, you hurt my feelings, man.
Are you okay? Do you want to?
No.
I'll give you a digital hug.
Nah. Just say what you said, tough titty.
Tough titty. Okay, all right. I'll send you the title. Let me find one. Skilled Slayer?
Guild Slayer.
I don't know if that actually worked. That might have been real bad. That was like a swing and a miss.
I need to ask Cliff for a custom title is what I need to do.
What do you need to do?
I need to ask Cliff for a custom title. Maybe I get lucky and get to one.
I
think,
love the fact that I feel like I'm the only one that's gotten a transcendent 1 of 1.
That's fine.
I don't feel like I like that attitude of downplaying that. That's fine. It's supposed to be that's good.
Well, I mean, let me rephrase that. I mean that like you deserve it because of the amount of work you've done to get that title.
I've done a little bit here and there.
It's legit.
That's legit,
I've done 1 or 2 things. Okay. Also, part of one of those 2 things, we got a giveaway. We hot number 1131. I must fucking fuck that up. All right. If you haven't already, get in on the giveaway exclamation point raffle. Let's find ourselves a winner chicken dinner. Who is it? It's Blade Pro. But I'm going to say that you guys get to announce some glory. Okay?
100%.
There's a mythic item.
Oof.
A mythic item. And it's not like a piece of shit mythic item. I don't know what a piece of shit mythic item means. But the edge of lost comrades.
Whoa, what?
Is coming up. That bitch cost me 350 engine.
Fuck.
And I'm giving it away.
You got it for 350 engine?
I did. Don't make it seem like that's supposed to be a big thing.
No, that is a big thing.
Yeah, there it is. It's a big thing. You guys heard it.
That's a big thing.
That's a big thing. Let me read this thing.
Read it.
Wait, why can't I see it?
While he's reading that, anybody that's in the chat real quick, head over for the giveaway to my Twitter, which is striker_VII. Make sure to follow all 3 of us and repost the tweet. I'll be choosing a winner shortly after the stream and also posting that on Twitter.
I got the link right there, but I also have a link to the humble hidden hero.
Thank you. Well, I just realized I just passed a relic essence like 5 times. I didn't care for it.
What do you mean? You
doing that, bro.
You didn't like
Can't
it?
be doing that.
No, it's an uncommon, but that was a question I did want to ask Cliff. Like, is he going to revamp relic essence? That would have been a good question, probably for next time.
I'm surprised we didn't ask about revamping on the bounty
that too.
system. You brought it up.
You brought it up. What are you doing?
It's a good question.
Okay, let me see something.
All right.
Where's that wheel spin I
The
had?
edge
It's-
of lost comrades is what is being given away right now. And I will say, I've got a couple things to say about it. And the first thing is, with the enemy only half an hour's pursuits behind, Shoruk and his men realized that they had no choice but to trek through the frigid. What the fuck is that name? Heylon Pass? I don't know how to say that fucking thing. I don't know what it is. Heylon Pass. It had been many years since anyone had seen the great Organdor, the colossal and vicious snow beast of the mountains. But pushing the thought to the back of his mind, Shoruk led his men forth. Shortly after, they came face to face with the giant snow monster. The men fought bravely, but Shoruk alone, who was able to survive and defeat the beast. In Organdor's final breath, his life essence imbued itself into Shorlok's sword, in which it delves unto this day. Wow.
Sounds incredible.
It sounds kind of like bullshit because I kind of read it like a half-assed cheap. It felt like we got a gas station.
That's a Spizzo thing, not a lot.
No, that's not a Spizzo. Like, yeah, no, it was a Spizzo thing. It's not a Lost Relics thing. Like, you got a gas station read, but wow, you could win it right about now.
Gas station read.
I appreciate you, Crazy Fro. It sounded great to you. You probably never heard anybody read anything before, because that was, I'm not gonna lie, piss poor. Uno Zero, thank you, Spizzo. Thumbs up, buddy. Fluffy Earl says, I'm honestly confident with this raffle. I know my energy is here 1,000 times better than in game. You're right. I feel like Fluffy Earl's gonna win. He sounds like he's got that oomph.
I think I know what I'm gonna do. Let me see.
You guys don't know the oomph?
Oh,
Do you
I
know the oomph?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that oomph is there, baby.
Oof.
Uno
Bro,
Zero says, I feel that sword now. It's that cool. It's a cold sword, too. It gives 10% chance to cool enemies.
How long we got, Spizzo, till you announce the winner on that one?
You tell me, brother.
Well, let's do this because Daddy Duty is calling.
Daddy
and
Duty.
I want to make sure that I get a winner announced here on the Twitter for the Twitter giveaway for a Bad Bears Collection NFT. The Barbarian.
The Barbarian? I want the
Barbarian.
Barbarian. Wait, I didn't actually enter into that. Can I enter into it?
Everybody's got 30 seconds left.
What do I got to do?
Repost the Twitter post and make sure to follow the 4 names: Spizzo, Striker, Hidden Hero, and Engine on the post, and we will you'll be entered to become a winner. Actually, reposts are flying, so I gotta love it.
And I want to do a personal giveaway before anything happens. I want to do a 7-day pendant giveaway as well, just to add to the spice. So I want people to come to my either YouTube or my Twitch channel. I'm gonna add you manually to the wheel spin here. So until further notice, if you guys want a 7-day pendant, by all means come to my stream and I'll just gift you guys one. And I won't take too long. I'm just gonna wait for the names to pop up to say raffle, and I'll just add you in manually, because I'm pretty sure on my stream you can see the wheel spin there. There's a couple of people's names already there. So if you're interested, you guys interested in that, by all means,
Wait, we hit
sign up.
exclamation point raffle?
Just raffle. Doesn't matter.
Just
say
raffle.
Yeah.
I'm not
think I got a
entering,
winner,
but
boys.
like I feel like someone that is the exact same thing as me.
I think I got a winner.
Who's the winner?
The
Tell me.
winner is Crazy Fro.
Oh,
Crazy Fro
oh
is
man,
official winner of the Barbarian
Crazy
NFT.
Fro, baby.
I am going to.
I got the link
gonna need-
right here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll go ahead and I'll be making a post, and I'll go ahead, Crazy Fro. I'll reach out to you in a DM, get your wallet address, send it on over. Probably in about an hour or so.
No, I can send you Crazy Fro's info.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, send me the info. I'll get on. I'll
Lot
get it on
easier.
over to him.
Lot easier.
Congratulations. Thanks for everyone that was able to like tune in. I'm going to personally have to sign off now, like I was saying, daddy duties, but I hope you guys continue to enjoy the stream with Spizzo and Hiro, and you guys keep killing it if you're going to be running a little bit longer.
Yeah, I might just do one more run and I'll probably call it for me because I haven't eaten nothing for the past 3 hours, but it was worth it, man. It was worth it.
I'm
was
doing
worth it.
one last stream or one last giveaway, and then
One
we're
last
ending.
stream, 5 more hours.
One last stream, y'all. Like, okay, 3 more hours. But yeah, no, I'm gonna do a giveaway, and then I think we're done over here too.
Sounds
All
I
good.
think we've done what we've done.
Well, guys, thanks again. I'm going to be signing off. I'll catch you all next time.
Much love,
We got to
buddy.
do this again, guys. This is a lot of fun. We'll make it happen.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
this is
hell
More
yeah,
definitely
we
fun.
giveaways, more talks. Let's do it.
The three, the
The three.
The big three.
the big three,
The big three.
the big three.
All right,
right,
I
guys.
think that's enough people that entered. I have a lot of people here, so I'm
Much
gonna
love,
give the wheel
Striker.
spin now.
Bye.
Bye,
Peace
Striker.
out.
Peace
Good
out.
luck to everyone else.
All right, so I'm gonna do the wheel spin right now just to give the pendant out, and let's see what we got. So here we go, guys. So good luck to everybody right now. So 7-day pendant, and you have to give me your in-game tag, unless I know who you are already. But give me your in-game tag so I'm able to, just gift you the 7-day pendant right here, right now. So let's go. Good luck, everybody. And we have it's going to XICX. You are the winner for our 7-day
Oh,
pendant
that's
giveaway.
great.
Where is your in-game tag? You can type in the chat what's your in-game tag in Lost Relics so I can gift it to you, because otherwise if you don't have one, then that's a problem.
There we go. Click to spin.
It's XICX. Oh, I didn't know that. Let's see. That's
Well,
probably the...
congratulations.
Okay, that's the exact name. All right. Go to, let's see, 7-day pendant, gift to player, XICX.
XIC. Finally.
All right. So, congratulations. Congratulations. Can't spell the word. Congrats on
You did it.
7-day
You did
pendant.
it. That's beautiful.
Enjoy.
All right.
And booyah. There you go, sir. Enjoy the 7-day pendant. So I think you can wrap up your if you want to wrap up your giveaway, Spiz, you're more than welcome to.
I think it's time to wrap this up. We have 34 people looking for the Edge of Lost Comrades. I've decided I'm not going to pick a winner, and we're just going to end the stream. No.
Oh, that's such a dick
just-
move.
yeah, right. I'm just kidding. I'm going to do that. No, like, we're going to find a winner. All right. The winner is... Oh,
Drummer,
the
please.
Hitman showed up. Fane Man showed up. We got 36. And the winner is the Spiz, because I didn't actually give it away to anybody. Ha ha ha. Fuck you guys. No, we're going to win 1-1. Here we go. Who we got? Riley Jenkins.
Congratulations.
You got
GGs.
yourself an item. That's for fucking sure. But Riley Jenkins, you have to contact me on Discord. I'm not going to contact you. You contact me. You click in the description. There's a link. I guess I'll post a link. I feel like that's appropriate. Let's copy that. Holdar! Congratulations, Spiz. Thank you. I'm so happy I won. I'm so happy. Like I feel like I'm not gonna lie, everybody. Like I feel 10 feet tall with this victory.
Well, with that being said, Mr. 10 feet tall Spizzo, I'm gonna call it a night for me.
You call it a night, my man. It was glorious.
It was glorious, and I'll definitely say my quote. So I'll see you guys next time, and never forget, everybody, to follow your arrow. Take care. All right, good night, Spiz.
Night, buddy. Thank you so much. Riley Jenkins, yes. DM me directly. Click that link and you'll find me in the top right corner as a founder. But you have won the Edge of Lost Comrades. But it's not over yet, people. There's one more. There's a little... We gotta hit it and quit it. Easterly Wind Chaser. That's a very good sword. It's not gonna go long, so I don't know. Just be vigilant. I don't know. I don't know the word, but here we are. I'm going to end it here in about 60 seconds. We got 18. This is the last. Maybe. Maybe this is the last. 23. 24. I also, too, just so you guys know, I got two boxes of magic cards. That's how many packs are in this one? I feel like there's 36 packs in this, and I know there's 30 packs in this, so I got over 60 packs. I want to do a pack opening. If you don't like it, I'm going to be respectful, and I will say that if you do not like that, then fuck you. That's respectful. This is a, where's the whiskey? Are you dry? Oh, I'm not dry. I got it right here, baby. Cheers. Mmm. Mmm. Woo! It's a little bit more than I planned on. I like that. Cheers. I think my message is in pending. Riley, let me see. Oh yeah, I got a couple. More than a couple new. Riley. And Gabber Beast. Was that you, Gabber Beast? Get the fuck out of here. Like, what the hell? How do I not know that name right there? Like, that's beautiful. Alright, we got a bunch of winners. Let's find another winner. Or maybe we don't. We're ending it right now. Nobody wins. Ha ha ha. Nope, psych. Let's pick a winner. Get the fuck out of here. Who is Fear? Who's Fear? Fear, you got the timer. If that runs out, there it is. Fear! What you need to do is click the link. Click that link. Then in the top right corner, there's a person called the founder. Message me. There's one more, people. When I get done eating Swedish fish. Who's that? Smells like there's delicious food upstairs. I want some candy now? Well, you should get some candy. Everybody needs Swedish fish. No, we're not doing that. All right. One more giveaway. My God, this is way harder than it should be. All right, new winner. There it is. XICX. You got yourself some engine, brother. All right. I've clearly been on for too long. We've had a glorious night. It's been fun. We've had a lot of discussions, and I think it's time to end it. Just know next stream I do also have another Easterly Wind Chaser to give away, but we'll see if I do that. I'm going to give a big shout out to Mike 247 Blade Pro. I'm upset about the name. Elise XICX. Riley Jenkins Fear Blade Pro. And Crazy Pro. Much love to you guys. Big shout out to everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back actually tomorrow. I don't normally do Saturday, but I got a special request, and so I am going to do a Saturday stream. I don't know exactly when, so just right? It was such bullshit. All right, Saturday I'm going to be streaming, and I will also be back on Sunday, but on Sunday I will be doing Helldivers. So this Sunday, freedom. Much love. As always, this is ANG, and I am the Spiz. As always, get out there, do your goddamn thing, and happy hunting. I feel like doing that's cheesy, but I'm going to do this then.